Support the Garden of Dreams Foundation by bidding on game used and autographed sticks, skates, and gloves through our Pass the Joy fundraiser presented by Spectrum. Bid today by visiting NewYorkRangers.com/fundraiser. When we return here on the New York Rangers pregame show, we'll look at this afternoon's opponent, the Colorado Avalanche. And New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the ice, playing pickup on a Saturday, or scoring the game winner in overtime. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes? Oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, Superior Light Beer, the official beer sponsor of the New York Rangers. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri, 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, less than 1 gram of protein, and 0 grams of fat per 12 ounces.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. Fanatics experience.
Like most car buyers, you want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Get an impressive offer on the new Mazda CX-5 starting at $28,546 during the More to Move You sales event. Over 1,000 new Mazda vehicles to choose from. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get the most for your money at Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Dan Grasso back on the New York Rangers pregame show. We're getting you set for the Blue Shirts and the Colorado Avalanche today from Madison Square Garden. Rangers fans, don't miss a moment off the ice. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love weekdays, 6A to 7P. Subscribe right now. Stay locked in. ESPN New York, well, it is on YouTube. Rangers 3-8-1 at home this season. Today, the first of 2 games on this little homestand for the Blue Shirts. Of course, the Vegas Golden Knights come knocking tomorrow evening, but the Rangers have won 2 out of 3 on the Garden Ice, and they will play 6 of the next 8 at home. So a chance to continue to build some momentum and stockpile some points. Igor Shesterkin, we mentioned a little while ago, 7th consecutive start today, his 9th in the last ton. So a lot of work early on here in the season for the Rangers netminder, and especially with Jonathan Quick sidelined. How has Igor performed with the extra workload? Well, that question was posed to the head coach Mike Sullivan earlier this morning.
He loves it, first and foremost, in my conversations with him. He wants to be in the net every night, as most of those fierce competitors do. That's just been my experience with some of the elite goalies over the years. You know, I think we've tried to do our best to manage his workload for most of the year up until most recently, which I think allowed us the opportunity to give him, you know, the consecutive starts that we have. But obviously that's not something that we want to do long term in the big picture. I think it's important that we continue to manage his workload. We were going to watch and see the progress that Quickie made and then make decisions from there. You know, Quickie progressed extremely well, and so we're certainly very encouraged with where he's at right now.
And the Rangers still dealing with the effects of Adam Fox's absence from the lineup, of course. And you think about the trickle-down effect with some of those other blue liners. With Adam not being in the lineup, Coach, could maybe that lead to more of a focus on the finer things from the guys in the lineup?
Possibly. You know, I think when you lose a guy of that stature, it's that those guys are not easy. Those types are not easy to replace, as you know. And so I think right away it captures everybody's attention that, you know, everybody's going to have to be locked in, and we're going to try to do our best by committee to make up for that loss. And so I think the guys are competing hard back there. And, you know, we're not asking anyone to, you know, to do anything more, so to speak. We just got to be very good at what we do. And so, you know, I think the guys are competing hard.
As far as today's opponent is concerned, what more can you say about the Colorado Avalanche? 19-2-6 on the season. Points in 17 of the last 18 since October the 26th. That's a 14-1-3 stretch. The 2 regulation losses all season long. On the road, they're 8-2-4. This afternoon is game 2 of a 4-game trip. They lead the National Hockey League in goals per game. They lead the National Hockey League in goals against average, in points, in goals, in plus minus. Nathan MacKinnon, the leading scorer in the National Hockey League, and all those other major categories as well. The 17-game point streak that just ended earlier this week, well, that was only their second longest in franchise history. They had a 19-game streak from January to February of 2022, which also happens to be a year they won their last Stanley Cup. Coach Sullivan earlier today asked what stands out to him about this Colorado squad.
They're one of the few teams in the league that don't seem to have a weakness. You know, I think their goaltender is as strong as it's ever been. They've always had dynamic players, game-breaking players. You know, I think their commitment to play defense has been impressive this year. You know, I've always been a believer that it's hard to score your way to championships. You know, you can have dynamic offensive people, but if you're not committed to play defense and keep the puck out of your net, it's hard to win a Stanley Cup. And so I think from what I've watched this year that the group is certainly committed to play defense as well. So when you combine that with their firepower and the capability that they have offensively, that's what makes them the team that they are. So they have, you know, 2 of the very best players in the game, you know, with Makar and MacKinnon, and they drive so much offense. I think their team speed is probably their biggest attribute. Just what they're able to do at such a high rate of speed is impressive.
They're also 9-2-2 against the Eastern Conference, and the coach mentioned Nathan MacKinnon. Certainly there's an argument to be made. You might be talking about the best player in the National Hockey League. 22 goals, 24 assists so far this season for the Colorado forward. What allows him to be able to just keep adding new things and having his game evolve, Coach?
I think his appetite, you know, to continue to grow and improve and get better. He reminds me a lot of Sid. You know, I'm sure Sid has had an influence on him that, you know, his friendship and relationship with him is obviously well chronicled, but just his appetite to continue to want to improve and get better. He's hungry and he puts the work in. That's my understanding. And so I think players like that, you know, I think are unique. You know, they're generational talents, but then they add a certain work ethic, you know, to their daily process. I think that's admirable. It's not by accident that these guys are as great as they are. They work at it extremely hard, and he's one of those guys.
And that is the head coach, Mike Sullivan. You talk about the Rangers and the Colorado Avalanche. Today, the second of 2 meetings this season. They squared off on November the 20th in Denver, where Colorado skated to a 6-3 victory. MacKinnon and Makar each with 2 goals in that hockey game. JT Miller had 2 tallies in the loss for the New York Rangers. Blue Shirts winless in their last 3 against Colorado, and they're 3-2-1 in the last 6 at MSG against the Avs. Your city, your teams, your network. Stream live Rangers games and more of your favorite New York teams. Stream local with the Gotham Sports app or visit gothamsports.tv today. When we return on the Rangers pregame show, we'll check in with our pal Dave Starman. We'll go over the goaltending matchup and get the keys to this afternoon's game. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York in the MSG Radio Network.
Let's focus on what matters.
The push for the fantasy football playoffs is on.
Doesn't matter where we are right now. We got to make the postseason, and ultimately we got to win the league. If you don't make the playoffs, what's this all for?
The experts of Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio are here to lead you to fantasy football glory.
His floor is higher. I'll take the higher floor as opposed to the higher ceiling.
Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app, where fantasy football championships are won.
Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
April 10th, 1982, the Miracle on Manchester. Game 3 heading into the third between the heavily favored Edmonton Oilers, who were up 5-0 over the underdog LA Kings.
Shot by Evans, he's going out! The Kings have taken the lead in the series. They came from behind to win it in overtime, 6-5.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The longest Game 7 in Stanley Cup playoff history, the New York Islanders versus the Washington Capitals at the Capitol Center, Saturday, April 18th through to Sunday, April 19th, 1987, the game known as the Easter epic.
6 other times when a game has gone into quadruple overtime, shots on goal are 74-52.
He scores! LaFontaine at the blue line here in the 4th overtime, winning the series.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
1992-93, the inaugural season for the Tampa Bay Lightning, had not just hockey fans, but the sporting world paying attention to the Bolts, thanks to a 5'7" goalie from Quebec who was trying out for the team.
The first woman to play professional hockey. There she is taking the ice. Manon Treon.
It was a publicity stunt, they said, orchestrated by Tampa's general manager, Phil Esposito.
I'd be a liar to say that I wasn't using it for publicity, but the fact is she's not bad.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Dan Grassa back on the Rangers pregame show. We're getting closer to puck drop today between the Blue Shirts and the Colorado Avalanche at the world's most famous arena, which is where we check in right now with one of the gentlemen who are going to be on the call for today's game. It is our good buddy, Dave Starman. Dave, great to be with you as always. And boy, the chance to see this Colorado Avalanche team up close and personal today. Obviously, the Rangers are going to have their hands full in this one. But one of the themes we talked about already on the pregame show was the fact that this blue line continuing to produce, and that is in the absence of a proven point producer in Adam Fox, yet these guys have still picked up the slack and then some.
You know what's interesting is that when you get into a scenario where one of your big guns is out of the lineup, everybody's antenna goes up just a little bit in terms of knowing what they have to do. Everybody gets a little bit more dialed in because all of a sudden that star guy that's going to make your big play for you is not there. So it becomes a sum of the parts type of situation, and in the absence of Fox, Vladislav Gavrikov, who was playing pretty darn well to begin with, has upped his game even more over the last 2 games, and in doing that, he's made Schneider better. That second pair of Borgen and Soucy has been really steady. So the top 4 continues to be really good from a points perspective, from a defending perspective, and from a 200-foot perspective.
And now when you turn your attention to this Avalanche team, I mean, it goes without saying, they're as good as any team in the entire National Hockey League. How critical a component do you think is pace when you're trying to match them stride for stride?
Well, it's like the old cliche, if you blink, you miss it, right? When it comes to the Avalanche speed, and they can just outright fly. And for the Rangers, I think 2 things are going to be really important. Number 1 is making sure Colorado doesn't get into 5th gear before they hit the defensive blue line. If you can get that slowed down a little bit and establish a little bit of a structure between the blue lines, it forces the Avs to play wide where they're not as effective, nor will any team be so. So I think for the Rangers, that's going to be key component number 1. And like we talked about the other night, I think if you're the kind of team like the Rangers where you don't have blazing speed, but from 100 feet in, you do have short area quickness, this would be one of those games where if you can cut the rink in half, you could be really effective. So 2 big keys. One is just make sure that Colorado is not flying and filling 3 lanes. And number 2 is make sure you're taking their speed away early.
All right, Dave, how about the goalie matchup brought to you by the Macallan Double Cask 12-year-old single malt scotch?
Mackenzie Blackwood gets the start. He was a second-round pick of the New Jersey Devils in 2015. He missed the first 10 games. He was coming off an injury, but since then he has come back and been among the league leaders in a lot of categories, got a couple of shutouts, and he had a career-high shutout streak of 173 minutes from November 13th through November 29th, which I think was the 3rd or 4th most longest streak in franchise history. He's a real big goaltender who's just really steady, solid. He's no frills. He's just really good. And on the other side of it, Igor Shesterkin will be in net for the Rangers. As Mike Sullivan talked about in the pregame show, elite goalies want the net every night. He's won 5 of his last 6. He's only given up 13 goals in that time, and he was really good in their last win at Ottawa.
And Igor might be getting a rest here as soon as tomorrow with Jonathan Quick back into the fold. We shall see. Good test this weekend. 2 quality opponents in the building. Dave, it's going to have to take their best effort, wouldn't you say?
No question. So I think tonight, a couple of the keys. One is you need home energy, but a road mentality. It's a simplified game, be it structured, be it north, be it linear. But to me, it's kind of a road approach when you're playing a team that is as good as Colorado. Keep it simple. It's not about putting on a show. It's just about filling the net where you can. Number 2, and this is the cliche of all times. I think it's cliche day here between you and I, Dan. Your best players have to be your best players. This is one of those games where this matters. So their top 6, which has been really good lately, will have to continue to push the envelope. And number 3 is you need to layer the attack. With Colorado's speed, the more numbers that you could bring north and be connected and have 5 in the frame, the more chance you have of breaking down Colorado's structure. They are a team that is very committed to defending. They defend well. If you can get some numbers to overwhelm, you got a chance to find some chinks in the armor.
That goalie matchup was brought to you by the Macallan Double Cast 12-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey. Perfect balance of American and European sherry seasoned oak casks. 2 worlds, 1 Macallan, imported by Edrington, America's. Please enjoy responsibly. Dave, great stuff as always. Looking forward to hearing from you and Alex on the call, my friend.
All right, it's Saturday afternoon. You know what time it is. 2 points.
2 points time and a matinee. Great stuff. We'll be listening. That is all the time we have. We will join you again for the first intermission. Up next, Alex Thomas, Dave Starman. They've got the call. It is the Rangers. It is the Colorado Avalanche. It is Saturday afternoon hockey at the world's most famous arena. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been New York Rangers game night. Rangers hockey is coming right up on the MSG Radio Network.
Can you access quality health insurance? Yes, New York. Can you get help enrolling from a real person? Yes, New York. Is time running out to get covered? Yes, New York. Don't risk being uninsured for 2026. Say yes to quality health insurance from New York State of Health. Enroll or renew by December 15th for January 1st coverage. Visit nystateofhealth.ny.gov or call 1-855-355-5777.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. The Fanatics experience.
Every unforgettable Rangers moment is built on passion, precision, and legacy. The same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that last forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From luxury jewelry to fine timepieces, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Up top for Schneider, shot, scores! Might have been tipped in front by J.T. Miller with 2:49 to go, and the Rangers go up 3-0.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Doan across McLeod, shoots, and a save made by Shesterkin, who hangs on.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Off the draw, this is sent down the ice, off the stick of Dahlin, bullseye. 4-0 Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. New York Rangers hockey starts right now. Now here's Dave Starman, and with the play-by-play, here's Alex Thomas.
A Saturday afternoon in the world's most famous arena. It's Madison Square Garden, where the Colorado Avalanche come to town to take on the New York Rangers alongside Dave Starman and Alex Thomas. The second and final meeting between these two teams this season. And Dave, let's jump right into it. A week ago today, Adam Fox exits the game, but the Rangers are 2-0 without Fox in the lineup, looking to keep the good times rolling today. They've had a lot of contributions in the back end, and it started with Vladislav Gavrikov, who, for my money, might be the most impactful July 1st signing to this point of the season.
Oh, Gavrikov has been great. As a matter of fact, the other day, Mike Sullivan was talking about, he said Vlad Gavrikov, he says, playing like Brad Park, and Kenny Albert says kind of like Vlad Park, and that's what he's turned into for the Rangers. Gavrikov has got a pair of goals and is a +3. And Braden Schneider has got an assist, 2 shots on goal, as a +1 as their top pair in the absence of Adam Fox. Nobody's going to replace Fox. We all know that. But Schneider has stayed within his game. Paired with Gavrikov, he can play with more confidence because he knows Gavrikov is going to cover him playing low-risk hockey. So it's working for the two of them, and the Rangers' defense has answered the call.
Speaking of their defense, now that we're 2 games in, it's still a small sample size, Dave, but it's a sample size. So now that we've gotten through 2 games, both wins for the Rangers against 2 playoff teams from a year ago, how would you evaluate the defense in the absence of Adam Fox?
I think they have been, I think they were pretty good with Fox in the lineup, and I think that they play a defensive style where you can move parts around. You're going to lose the offensive component of Fox, but my opinion, Fox has been a Norris Trophy candidate because of the way that he's defending.
Yeah.
Take out the 22 points that he has, his defensive play has been unbelievable. So I think when you take a look at the way the Rangers defend, first of all, their track backs have been good, so the forwards are contributing. When the forwards are tracking back, the Ds can stand up more. It's a big change in what you're seeing this year from last year. But in the defensive zone, they are very low risk, very methodical, very straight line, very streamlined. So it's plug and play depending on who's playing, because they have 6D, and this is the bonus. They have 6D in the lineup right now, all with good feet. That is a massive advantage when you're defending.
Well, you're going to need good feet if you're going to defend the team that's in town today, the Colorado Avalanche, Dave. There is no team through this part of the NHL season that has played better than Colorado, and Mike Sullivan told us as much this morning. Now, you look at the numbers. They're the only team in the league averaging more than 4 goals per game. Their goal differential is 20 goals better than the second-place team, the Dallas Stars. I mean, this team is just firing on all cylinders. They have star power in every area. It's a darn good hockey team.
There's no better goal differentials to this point in the season in the history of the NHL, with the exception of Ottawa in the 06-07 season. I mean, it's kind of a historic run that they're making here. They're really strong throughout. They got great centers who can make plays, and then you get Devon Taves and Cale Makar as their D1 pair, and those 2 guys can just outright fly. For the Rangers, one of the biggest things is going to be, can you slow Colorado coming up ice? Can you be persistent in your forecheck to the point where the Avalanche cannot come up the middle of the ice with speed? They cannot flood lanes with speed. I think that's the biggest challenge for New York today, and it's one that I think they did fairly well in their game in Colorado for a couple of periods in Denver.
Before the game today, Dave, Rangers, Jonathan Quick comes off the IR. Spencer Martin goes back down to Hartford, but you talked about it in the pregame show. Igor Shesterkin is starting today. And, you know, look, when you face off against an offensive team like Colorado, you need your goaltender. Maybe not a better goalie in the league to face off against a lineup like this.
No question. And when you play the best teams in the league is when you generally play your best as a player. And I was talking to Kenny Albert yesterday on the plane on the way back from Ottawa, and you know, the one thing we talked about was the goalie workloads, and we were talking about guys like Marty Brodeur who wanted to play 75 games, Grant Fuhr who wanted to play 75 games. The concept of playing every day playing every game is not unique. In this compressed schedule, it's a little different because there's really not a lot of rest time. But a guy like Shesterkin, I'm a big believer, the more you play, the better rhythm that you're in. And with a guy like Quick to back you up when you need to, that's a nice bonus. But Igor's been good, and I think he relies on the workload.
Real quick, before we send it down for the national anthem, is it beneficial when you've already played a team like this once this season? They've already played Colorado within the last month. I feel like that might help the Rangers a little bit this afternoon.
There is no question. I've always felt it from a coaching perspective, too. Like, once you've seen a team live as opposed to watching them on tape, they become human. And it's much easier to play humans than play film. And I think for the Rangers, that's a big advantage mentally, especially with the way that they have played the last couple of games. They should come into this game with a ton of confidence in their ability to move the puck, score goals, and defend.
Avalanche coming off a very rare regulation loss, 6-3 on the island on Thursday night. They are 19-2-6 on the year. Rangers are 15-12-2. Dave, they've won 5 of their last 6. They've won 2 in a row at home. They're going to keep it going here today against the Avalanche. Let's toss it down to ice level for the national anthem.
Move your hats for the national anthem. Presenting our nation's colors, celebrating 130 years of service, the New York City Department of Correction. And here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner from Linwood, New Jersey, and competing for the title of Miss New Jersey, welcome vocalist Grace Mositis.
Close can you see by the dawn's early light What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Grace Mositis.
Second and final meeting of the season between the Rangers and the Avalanche. When it's game time, it's Tully time. The opening puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. All right, Dave, an opportunity here for the Rangers to make it 3 in a row. They've already beaten one Western Conference heavyweight this week, the Dallas Stars here, and a chance to be the third team to beat the Colorado Avalanche in regulation. The Islanders have done it, the Bruins have done it, now the Rangers will try today.
What's interesting is this is the second time this season that the Avalanche will see the Rangers right after seeing the Islanders, and I think when you take a look back at the last game that these two teams played, this was a game where these two teams went toe-to-toe for a good chunk of the game. Colorado was better in the game, but it's not like the Rangers looked out of place. And I think the Rangers are in a much different mental state now than the last time these two teams faced off.
And perhaps against a team from out west, a 12:30 p.m. start time, maybe a chance to jump on a team where this would be a 10:30 a.m. local start for the Avalanche. And it's the Rangers in the offensive zone in their home blue jerseys attacking from right to left. Connor Sherry has it, able to get it to Trocheck to the line for Schneider. His shot of the traffic whistled wide by the right pad of Mackenzie Blackwood. Another shot this time from Gavrikov, denied by Blackwood. And the Avalanche in their road white uniforms will attack here from left to right. It is dumped in by Devon Tays and settled down by Igor Shesterkin behind his own goal. Connor Sherry at the blue line trying to tap it around Tays, unable to do so. Puck will pop loose and come to Nathan McKinnon. Nobody hotter this year in the league than McKinnon, as a Cale Makar shot went off the glove of Shesterkin into the right wing corner.
Now, I caught that American League thing. Don't think
listen,
slide that one in there.
Listen, it was on the air in Hartford less than 24 hours ago.
That's right.
Nate just a shot glove down by Shesterkin. He'll play it to Gavrikov.
Hey, everyone on the broadcast team on the TV and radio side for New York started in the American League today.
Ross Colton will play a backhander off the side of the net. Brock Nelson, the former longtime New York Islander, to the line. Shot from Brent Burns is denied, and then a rebound. Colton is stopped by Shesterkin. That Burns shot never reached through the traffic, Dave. Rangers unable to get it out of the zone. Picked up by Schneider, pastored by Gabe Landeskog.
Early on here, Colorado stacking a couple of shifts together, a couple of real good looks at the net, and Rangers a little bit on their heels to start.
Zibanejad from right to left. Lafreniere left wing side, chipped in around Burns. Picked up by Josh Manson, leaned on by Zibanejad. Now Panarin trying to feed Zibanejad, who was upended. Back to the line, Soucy, a shot, hit his own man Lafreniere in front, picked up by Manson, and way up ahead for Nichushkin, and he'll exit out on the right wing. Former first-round pick of the Dallas Stars. Nichushkin will play it into the left wing corner. Will Borgen is there.
Nice job by the Rangers, standing up at the line forward, tracking back, force Colorado to dump it in, and that is the one thing you want to make the Avs do, is separate themselves from the puck before trying to recover, as opposed to clean entries.
Nichushkin leaned on, forced a turnover. Rangers chip it out to center. Knocked down by Sam Malinsky. Gerard up ahead. That's tipped into the zone by Nichushkin. Settled by Shesterkin behind his own goals. The Avalanche make changes, and it's Matthew Robertson who will set up for New York. Plays it to his right, Will Borgen. Up ahead for Brett Berard. Defended well by Tays. Berard uses his stick, forces a turnover, gets it back at center. He'll backhand it down the right wing side, and Blackwood will leave it for Makar.
When you play against Makar and Taves, the defense pair, you've got to know how fast they are. Those two close as quick as anybody. So when you're either chasing a loose puck in the neutral zone, a puck in space, or you're looking for a place to get over the blue line, realize that those two can really close the gap fast.
Taylor Radish on the right wing side working one-on-one, but forced down low by Taves. Makar picks it up the left wing boards. Robertson gets there ahead of Yoel Kiviranta. Matthew Robertson, left wing side. He'll turn, fire it toward the goal. It went off Makar into the left wing corner. Radish was chasing, chipped up ahead by Makar, and exiting out of the zone is Parker Kelly. He'll flip it into the Rangers zone, collected by Scott Morrow.
One of the things when you play the Rangers on the pre-scout that you got to talk to your team about is the Rangers are really good getting pucks through from the blue line. Colorado doing a nice job taking some lanes.
Right pad save by Shesterkin and a shot from Burns. He saw it the entire way. Up across center. This is offside as Trocheck came in about half a step behind JT Miller with 16:26 to go in period one. Shots on goal 4-1 for the Avalanche. And we see early in the game, Dave, Colorado's speed as they had a couple of shifts early in the Rangers zone.
Mike Sullivan, head coach of the Rangers, talked about Colorado before the game, and I thought this is a really interesting quote. He said they are extremely committed to defending for an elite level team. So not only are they good offensively, scoring 4 a night, but he said, my opinion of them is they're as committed defensively as they are offensively.
I mentioned they are plus 47 in goal differential through 26 games entering this afternoon. It's a ridiculous stat. Gavrikov's shot was tipped on the way to the goal. Trocheck couldn't get a shot away. Now Sherry fires one that's denied by Blackwood. Rebound picked up left wing corner. Trocheck backhanded up the right wing towards Schneider. Down low for Miller, trying to shake off Manson. He does. Miller still got it. Pass intercepted by Burns. Up ahead for Natchez. Did not get it out. Sherry turns and fires. Went off Manson. Kept it right wing side. A try from Schneider went off of Miller. Stays in play. And Manson able to move it up ahead for Arturi Lehkonen. Now Natchez at center. Drops it for McKinnon. Here comes Nathan McKinnon. Leaves it. Natchez on the backhand. Down to McKinnon. Left wing corner. Nathan McKinnon holds. Tried to play it to the line. It didn't get there, but it's picked up by Ross Colton. Left wing side, Colton down low for McKinnon. Takes a bump from Schneider. Played it to the line for Girard. Girard will try to get it to Natchez, but it came to Schneider, who plays it out to center, but Malinsky will volley it back in.
By the way, if you ever was going to put a shift together on what the modern defenseman in today's game looks like, Gavrikov's last shift was unreal. Great challenge at the line, gets a shot on goal, forward gaps back, breaks up a play.
Landeskog, a shot knocked away by Shesterkin. The rebound out in front. 2 bids from Landeskog. Shesterkin, 2 saves, and now the other way. Panarin bobbled it at the left wing and lost it to Girard, who will collect it for the Avalanche. Panarin will go for a change.
Your point in the pregame show was a great one. He might be as good a July 1st signing as there was in the league.
And there were some big names out there. Nikolai Ehlers signing in Carolina as well, though I think that was technically July 2, but you get my point. Noah Laba, backhander stopped by Blackwood. Looked like he was unsure of it for a split second, and both Berard and Cooley were in the neighborhood, but he gets the whistle with 14:36 to go.
Oh, Laba was a wrecking ball in that game in Ottawa the other night. A couple big hits, one big hit that helped create a goal. You had a goal where Soucy, Horgan, and Brodzinski factored in. You had another goal where Lava ran somebody over to collect or to make a goal happen. Nice night for the NCHC alums in Ottawa the other night.
Lava's had a nice rookie campaign here, 29 games in. Brett Berard with it now. Curls back into his own zone. Pass out of the reach of Olofsson.
Sorry, that game the other night was his 29th of the season. Last year's 29th game of the season was the night that they got eliminated by Denver in the NCHC playoff. That was March 16th. So he played an entire college season in 2 months.
That is off of Taves. And that, I feel like, Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's one of the biggest adjustments I feel like players have going from college to pro, whether that's to the ECHL, AHL, NHL. There's so many more games and such a more compressed schedule. It can be a challenge, but Noah Laba's looked good handling it.
Absolutely.
A drive, and it's gobbled up by Blackwood.
No, your point is well taken. And when we come back on the other side of the break, we'll go more into what that dynamic looks like.
Shots are 6-2 for the Avalanche. No goals yet to report. 13:52 to go in period one. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
The 2025 MLS Cup Final is bigger than ever, and it's on Sirius XM FC.
He has done it again!
Lionel Messi and Inter Miami.
Messi with a left-footed chip, it's a brace!
Versus versus Thomas Muller and the Vancouver Whitecaps. Thomas Muller! Oh, what a finish! Who will claim their first MLS title? Find out tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
Historic hockey moments.
October 15th, 1989, the Great One passes his childhood idol, Mr. Hockey, for most points scored.
Gretzky has 1,850 points.
The Taylor to Gretzky, he scores! He's done it! Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, has become the greatest of them all!
Ladies and gentlemen, Gordie Howe.
A super young man, a great hockey player who shares in everything he does, and congratulations.
The hockey history continues on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
March 23rd, 1994, Wayne Gretzky passes his hero, Gordie Howe, for most goals scored.
Gretzky scores! He did it! The greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history is Wayne Gretzky!
Los Angeles goal. A power play goal and the 802nd National Hockey League goal scored by number 99, Wayne Gretzky.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Under review. And stop making excuses for bad goaltending. And is it bad? Is it horrendous? If you don't win because you don't make a save or two, yeah. The nature of it is the goaltender is responsible for 90% of the action. He's got to stop the puck. Why do we keep making apologies for goaltending? Stop it.
Under review with Mick Kerr. 11 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
It was Taylor Radish.
Conditioning, video, I mean, it's not as frenetic as the pro schedule, especially this compressed schedule.
Brodzinski down the left wing side. Chasing after it is Radish, tied up with Brent Burns. Picking it up is Carrick, up to the line for Robertson. D to D. Scott Morrow had an assist last Friday in Boston. His first point as a Ranger. Brodzinski, right wing corner, bumped by Manson. Brodzinski left the puck behind, played up the boards. Parker Kelly got knocked down, kept in by Radish, got it to Carrick. Sam Carrick drops it. Robertson couldn't get a shot away. Now Brodzinski back up to the line. Robertson steps into a shot denied by Blackwood. Rebound picked up by Miller on the right wing side. This is Brodzinski, leaves it. Miller shoots, save Blackwood. The rebound. Carrick on the doorstep takes a bump from Parker Kelly, and then Mackenzie Blackwood falls back almost like a domino in slow motion as there was a little commotion right in front of him.
Blackwood grabbed for his cage as he started to fall backwards. He got bumped into a little bit. There is no way with the way those cages are made that could have even remotely been felt, let alone hurt. Rangers with a really good shift here. Morrow with a good pinch down the wall, flattens Parker Kelly. Rangers get a chance to go to work, and Johnny Brodzinski in high ice directly out about 40 feet in front of the net with a nice little drop pass to Miller, who was bullseye on a really good low shot to produce a rebound, and a nice offensive shift, puck movement-wise, by the Rangers.
Shots are 7-5 here for New York in the early going. Avalanche can't clear. This is Connor Sherry on the backhand, trying to spin it out in front, blocked by Makar. It'll come up to the line. Gavrikov backhands it into the left wing corner. Tays there first for the Avalanche, up ahead for Natchez. Got it out to center, but Connor Sherry able to pick his pocket. They'll backhand it down the right wing side. Makar with a bump on JT Miller, and that's going to be a penalty. And then Trocheck with a nice hit on Natchez in the corner. But the Rangers, Dave, who were 2 for 2 in Denver back in late November, are going to go to the power play here with 12:34 to go in period 1.
It is the only game during the season where Colorado's given up multi-power play goals in the same game, and that one was that November 20th game against New York. Well, he couldn't pick up the call. Referee forgot to turn his mic on, but on the play, Makar stood up Miller and then gave him an extra by following through right under the chin. That was the penalty. But I love the fact that when the puck went to the corner with Natchez tracking it, that Trocheck stepped into Natchez. It was along the lines of, you want to bump our best guy, we're going to do the same thing right back. And the Rangers with an early message and an early power play.
Avalanche have the third-ranked penalty kill in the NHL. This is Zibanejad. Trocheck, Tays all over him. He'll send it down the ice. Ranger power play 14th in the NHL. They were 0 for 1 in that 4-2 win on Thursday in Ottawa. The Avalanche penalty kill was 2 for 3 in their 6-3 loss on the island Thursday night. Zibanejad's pass went off of Brock Nelson back out to center. Picked up by Nelson, who had an assist in his return to the island. Nelson run into by Will Cooley. Nobody seems to be able to gain possession here. Comes back to Nelson, right wing side, trying to cut to the goal. Broken up by Trocheck. He'll feed Cooley on the left wing. Drops it back to Zibanejad.
That was unbelievable. Nelson controlled the puck on and off for about 12 seconds. Nobody can get it from him.
Panarin up top, Miller across left wing. One-timer off the goalpost of Panarin. He blasted it by the blocker of Blackwood, but it kissed the iron and will rocket back out. This is Panarin left wing side to the blue line for Zibanejad. Down low, Trocheck bobbled it for a moment, quickly recovers. Trocheck, Panarin, back down low, Trocheck, holding, waiting, back door, another goalpost. That time it was Will Cooley, beat Blackwood by the blocker. That's 2 posts on the power play. Cooley to the line, Panarin. Now Miller right wing side. JT Miller holds, waits, curls into the circle, down low for Cooley, got by him. Zibanejad back door. Cooley couldn't get all of it. And we get a whistle. Is the net off? Yeah, it is. Well, not by much, but it's off.
Well, the bonus in the net coming off is the faceoff's going to stay in the offensive zone because the Avs are about to clear it. Rangers moving the puck very well around the perimeter and then getting to the inside. 2 shots clang iron. They got 2 chances on rebounds. What a pass by Trocheck underneath the fallen defenseman. And a great opportunity in front of the net for New York. They really were buzzing. They were smart. They were opportunistic. And what a pass by Trocheck past Gerard.
Scott Morrow off the face-off. Down low, Sherry trying to feed Laba. Comes to Lafreniere. Right wing side bobble that gets it back. Connor Sherry in the right wing corner. Alexi Lafreniere back to Sherry. Sherry holds, eyed by Taves, plays it up the boards for Lafreniere. Got it to Lava, to the line for Morrow. Back into Lafreniere, right wing side. He'll turn, shoot, tipped on goal by Sherry and a save by Blackwood. Now Lava, right wing circle, gets away from Taves. Sherry, Lafreniere, right wing side, shoots, tipped off by, I believe it went off of Lava and into the corner. We got a whistle here.
It's a high stick on the Rangers. Faceoff will come outside. Rangers with good pressure on the second unit here as they start to buzz. And Lafreniere with a shot that was wobbly, and he took it from the right wing circle. He didn't get all of it, but he got enough of it to make it challenging. And the second shot that he took, I think, went through the legs of the goaltender Blackwood and just squirmed wide. The second unit with a shot-first mentality really peppered the net. And with 6 seconds to go in his power play, the Rangers can look at it as a momentum-building power play despite not scoring with 3 great A's.
Well, they did everything but score, Dave. That was a great-looking power play as it expires now. Sherry. It got by Burns. Rangers had 19 shots in that game on the 20th of November. They've got 10 here in the first period, and they've got 2 goalposts hit. Burns behind his own net will move things up ahead. Lekin into the right wing, too far ahead of Malinsky, who's able to find it, played into the Rangers zone. Gavrikov up ahead, pass was off the mark, and this is going to be icing with 10:08 to go in period 1. And a face-off coming in the Rangers zone.
Now, it's one of the keys when you're playing teams that play the same pace or play the great pace that Colorado does. You want to prove to yourself that you can play with them. And you don't necessarily have to go trade chances. I don't think that's in the Rangers' best interest. But the bottom line is, even 5-on-5, the Rangers have played at a pace that's more theirs than Colorado's, especially through that power play and the couple of minutes leading up to it.
McKinnon wins the draw. Makar down the right wing side, out of the reach of Natchez. Good stick by Gavrikov. He's got it now. Poked it ahead for Trocheck. Couldn't settle it. McKinnon, Lehkonen shot. I believe it's in the pants of Schneider, maybe? He was digging at his left leg. So, yeah, there it is. Lost sight of it, and Schneider was digging around trying to find it. It ends up being in his left pant leg. And we get a whistle with 9:51 to go. Don't see that every day. 0-0 your score. Rangers out shooting the Avalanche 10-5. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Like most car buyers, you want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Get an impressive offer on the new Mazda CX-5 starting at $28,546 during the More to Move You sales event. Over 1,000 new Mazda vehicles to choose from. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get the most for your money at Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At ThriveWell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Experience the sophisticated taste of the best single malt whiskey in the world, the Macallan, founded in 1824. The Macallan is renowned worldwide for its extraordinary single malt whiskeys. Their outstanding quality and distinctive character reveal the uncompromised excellence they pursue. Whether your taste is sherry oak or double cask, the Macallan single malt whiskey is for you. Pick up the Macallan today at your nearest liquor store. The Macallan, the single malt whiskey against which all others must be judged. Crafted without compromise. Please savor the Macallan responsibly.
Hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Rangers taking a face-off, left wing side of their defensive zone. 9:51 to go in a scoreless game. Here at the Garden, and certainly an entertaining one.
Now shots are 10-5. I mentioned 2 goal posts so far for the Rangers. Had a power play that did everything but score. It's been a good start at home against the top team in the National Hockey League. Rangers looking to make it 3 in a row in 6 out of their last 7 after beating Ottawa 4-2 on Thursday night. Gerard will try and play it up ahead. It ends up on the stick of Lehkonen. Plays it to his right for Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon across center. Could not get it around Gavrikov. Natchez will send it in deep, but that puck came out of the zone. McKinnon didn't tag up, and this is going to be offside with 9:22 to go.
In a strange way, one of the bonuses of a 5-forward power play is you spare your defense some minutes. And in a game against Colorado, a team that can really fly, obviously the fresher your DR in the middle of a 3-game and 4-night stretch, not the worst thing in the world if you wind up in a situation where you get yourself on the power play a little bit. But you look at the D minutes with the 5-unit power play in there, a couple of them are just a little lower than they normally would be, and a lot of it's the power play time.
Lafreniere driving up the right wing side, lost the handle on it, Tays up ahead to Chushkin, couldn't get it out, Zibanejad, Panarin, now down low Lafreniere, back up to the line for Borgen, takes it down the right wing side, Panarin, bumped by Malinsky, picked up Zibanejad, has it on his backhand, Zibanejad, Borgen, went off of his stick into the right wing corner, this is Lafreniere, tied up by Tays, 8:55 to go in the period, Lafreniere leaned on along the wall, Rangers able to keep it in. Lafreniere around Olofsson and Tays. Picked up down left wing side, swung to the blue line. Borgen. Now DD Sucio golf it into the right wing corner. Puck comes to Devon Tays, swipes up the board, but kept in again by Borgen. Rangers have had a couple of shifts here in this period, Dave, where they've kept the Avalanche in their own zone as Drury will take it across center and dump it in.
There is a skill and an art form to just having a shift where you might just be moving the puck around the offensive zone. You might not get anything. You might not even get a good shot. But you're making the other team defend, and if it's one of their top 2 lines, that's a great thing. But if you pin a team in and have some offensive zone possession time, it's a really good thing momentum-wise for your team offensively.
Burns, left to right, out to center. Plays it up ahead for Ross Colton. Drop pass for Landeskog, broken up by Berard. Colton gets it back, had to wait for Nelson to get on side. Rangers end up regaining possession in front of the Avalanche bench. Cooley into the Colorado zone. Laba will play it into the right wing corner. Burns is there first, able to shield the puck from Berard. Laba, now Nelson, came to Landeskog. Backhand pass too far ahead of Manson. Gets on his horse, looking to spring Colton into the zone, but it's going to be an icing as that pass was way out of the reach of Ross Colton. With 7:41 to play in period 1.
That was one of those passes where you were more happy just to get rid of the puck than anything else. And that's a credit to the Ranger forecheck. The Rangers have done a couple things here that you really have to like. Number one is they've gotten out of their own zone with pretty good consistency. Number 2 is, while they've been challenged on entries, their recoveries off the chip-in or off the place and race have been very good.
Face off to the left of Mackenzie Blackwood, who this season is 6-1-1 For this Avalanche team, Gavrikov unable to hold it at the right wing point. Schneider from center will dump it down the left wing side. Off the stick of Blackwood, came to Burns, run into Brodzinski. This is Carrick. Off Brodzinski, came to Burns, moved up ahead, and exiting is Lehkonen. Up for Landeskog, now for Manson. Right wing side, Manson to the goal, stick the side by Shesterkin. Picked up by Schneider, trying to move up the right wing side. Braden Schneider navigates across center, enters in on the left wing, but Radish could not hold up. On the right wing side, he is offside with 7:10 to go. We'll get a whistle.
Really nice play by Schneider tracking back as the puck was centered towards the front of the net. It was a nice little pass to space. Lehkonen was on his way towards the net. He was to the right side of Shesterkin, stick down in a great spot to tap one towards the net for a really good scoring chance. What did Schneider do? Instead of getting stuck watching the puck, he just kept his eyes on Lehkonen. And when the puck came to the front of the net, Lehkonen had nothing to do and no space to get into because Schneider had stuck to him so well man on man.
Natchez out to center, was poked away by Trocheck. Would have been offside, so Tays able to collect it, go DDD Makar, up ahead for Lehkonen. Natchez walks in and fires one high and off the netting. It actually ends up in the net behind Shesterkin, but that certainly went out of play and it bounced into the Ranger net.
You know, all of a sudden you look down, the puck's in the net, like, what just happened here? The Rangers did a good job at the blue line, challenging, and a lot of it goes back to what we talked about in the pregame. If your forwards can track back, that takes away the middle of the ice pretty well and eliminates that Royal Road pass, which creates so much havoc. And plus, if your forwards are tracking and they're tracking through the middle, it allows your Ds to be much more aggressive and standing up, which I think is a strength.
Off the draw, Makar trying to send it toward the goal, went off of Soucy. He'll backhand it to the blue line, did not get out. Kept in by the Avalanche. This is Kelly, had it knocked off his stick. Lafreniere up ahead, Zibanejad. Rangers are out, but it's turned over. Kiviranta at center ice. Off the stick of Soucy into the New York zone. Soucy on his horse, gets there ahead of Kelly, finds Borgen, steered up ahead. Lafreniere, Zibanejad, back to Lafreniere, left wing side Soucy, enters into the Avalanche zone, he'll dump it down the boards. Hayes picks it up first, up ahead for Kiviranta, run into by Zibanejad, clear to the line, not out, good keep by Borgen, trying to send it toward the goal, defended by Tays, and played up ahead for Bardakov, the former New Jersey draft choice, who will dump this into the Rangers zone. Matthew Robertson settles down behind his own net. 6 minutes to go in period one alongside Dave Starman and Alex Thomas. Still looking for our first goal on a Saturday afternoon. Will Cooley defended by Malinsky at center ice. Avalanche find possession. Nichushkin on the left wing boards. Able to feed Drury. Down for Nichushkin. Trying to shake off Laba. Up to the line. Malinsky shot into traffic. Clipped a leg. I believe it was off of Victor Olofsson. Went into the corner. Berard trying to clear it out. It was played by the Avalanche with a high stick with 5:38 to go in period number one. Shots on goal remain 10-5 in favor of the Rangers. It's 0-0 at Madison Square Garden. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
5:38 to go in period number one. Gives us a chance to remind you to tune in to the Rangers' first intermission, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Shots on goal 10-5 alongside Dave Starman and Alex Thomas. And Dave, I think this is the first period that the Rangers are probably going to like.
I would absolutely agree with you. They've skated well. They've moved the puck well. They've established some offensive zone time. This has got anything but the look of a Saturday afternoon game between two teams that are both playing in the middle of a 3-game and 4-night stretch. Really good energy.
Especially, too, when you've got the compact schedule this year. This is game 30 for the Rangers, an afternoon game. They've had a lot of travel. You wouldn't be able to tell here early in this one as Landeskog will drop it. Ross Colton couldn't enter the zone. Avalanche would have been onside. Berard drops it for Noah Lava, trying to feed his way down the left wing. Lava back up top. Robertson doesn't shoot. Lane clogged up. Now we'll fire one. That's a shoulder save on the right shoulder by Mackenzie Blackwood, and it'll fall into his glove for a whistle with 5:17 to go.
I think one of the biggest strengths of the Rangers team this year has been their defensemen's ability to get pucks through to the net. Not just to the front of the net, but actually on the goaltender to make the goalies make saves. And if you put it up high, more than likely, and on a clear shot, goalies are going to hold them. But that's okay, because at the very least you can get a face-off, a line change, and a reset. But the other part about it is the Rangers getting shots to the front of the net where goalies are having to make saves, creating that secondary play, broken play chaos that the coaching staff really wants to see to find some greasy goals.
Face-off comes to the right of Mackenzie Blackwood, won by JT Miller to the line for Schneider. Out of the reach of Miller, picked up Trocheck, right wing side. Vincent Trocheck back down low. JT Miller had a pair of power play goals when these two teams met back on the 20th of November in Denver in a 6-3 Avalanche win. Here comes Taves attacking left to right. Taves drops it, picked up McKinnon in the right wing circle. There's a broken stick on the ice. McKinnon drops it to the line for Makar. Got around Sherry. Makar shoots and a save made by Shesterkin. It'll come to Natchez. Plays it over left wing side. McKinnon to the line for Taves. Drops it back up top for Makar. Makar holds, waits, walks into the right wing circle. Shoots, and that one's denied as well. Rebound into the left wing corner. Trocheck trying to clear. Got it toward the line. Not out. Good keep Taves. Across the ice. Makar a shot. Getting a piece of it, I believe, was Shesterkin. Not sure if it was with his pad or his stick. Meanwhile, the other way out to center, it's Miller. Doesn't enter the zone. Trocheck was offside. He's going to curl back into his own end. Now Panarin on the left wing. Here comes Artemi Panarin. Holds, waits, drops it. Susie bobbled it for a moment. Still able to get it to Panarin. Lafreniere turned it over to Drury. Picked up by Manson, and he'll exit out on the right wing side. Manson, Nichushkin on the left wing. Avalanche are into the Ranger zone. Shesterkin will poke it into the left wing corner. Panarin. Up ahead for Susie, moving up the right wing side, drops it for Panarin. Now left wing Zibanejad. Mika Zibanejad evades the check of Manson, trying to play it down low, broken up by Burns. Manson looking to move it up the left wing side and out of the zone he couldn't. Drury able to knock the puck away from Lafreniere. Now Olofsson out to center, out of the reach of Drury. And the Rangers regain possession in their own zone. It's Robertson, 3:39 to go in the period. Robertson off the stick of a Colorado player at the blue line, and it's going to harmlessly fall right to Blackwood, who hangs on for a whistle.
You're watching Robertson play in the preseason. The thing that stood out to me the most was his ability to move his feet and take open ice, and he uses it really well. And obviously the easiest part of your game is going to be when you are heading up ice and you've got some space to play with. But I think Robertson's got a nice ability to get himself towards traffic, attack the next layer, and then be able to make a really good pass or really good decision with the puck for a secondary play.
3:34 to go in period one. Face off to the right of Blackwood off the draw. Scott Morrow's shot was blocked by Parker Kelly. Trying to move it up the left wing side. He'll gain center and dump it into the Ranger zone. Colorado setting things up in the Ranger end. Sam Malinsky, right wing point. His shot blocked by Brodzinski. Floats into the left wing corner. Gerard lost it. Robertson turned it over. Bardakov centered, intercepted Brodzinski. Now moving it up ahead is Matthew Robertson. Robertson out to center ice. He'll dump it down the left wing side. Gerard overskated the puck. Picked up by Brodzinski, right wing corner. Brodzinski absorbs the check from Kiviranta. Puck comes back up the right wing side. Kept in by Scott Morrow. Morrow's backhander intercepted by Kiviranta. Plays it over to the right wing for Makar. 2:48 to go in period one. Both sides making changes. Makar patiently waits inside of his own zone. Avalanche going left to right. Cale Makar will curl back, eyed by Will Cooley.
It was nice seeing Makar and Morrow on the ice opposite each other for a brief second. Probably the two best defensemen that they've ever played at the University of Massachusetts.
Manson will swing it down the right wing side. Gavrikov off the stick of Landeskog. That'll clip the netting with 2:26 to go. In period 1, we'll get a whistle. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
2:26 to go in period number 1. Alongside Dave Starman and Alex Thomas on a Saturday afternoon from Madison Square Garden. Happy to have you alongside. Shots are 10-7 for the Rangers in a 0-0 hockey game. And off the draw, it is picked up by Braden Schneider, who plays it up for JT Miller. Miller's pass went off a leg, still found Sherry on the left wing. Chips it deep into the Avalanche zone. Trocheck absorbs a check from Lehkonen. McCarr's back in or out of the reach of McKinnon. This will go all the way down the ice, and it's going to be an icing goal with 2:07 to go, Dave.
It's another puck placement by the Rangers, which forced Colorado into a little bit of a panic and to have to send the puck 200 feet. This one was an area pass from the left wing side to the right corner to A, avoid just generic dumping, and B, avoid a offsides. Rangers win the race. They generate a little pressure down low, and they force Colorado to ice the puck.
Face off to the left of Mackenzie Blackwood. Off the draw, Devon Tays has got it. Plays it off the plexi, and that'll fall out to center ice. Natchez drops it. Lehkonen, now McKinnon with speed. McKinnon walks in, fires one denied by the right pad of Shesterkin. Natchez, McKinnon quickly to the line for Cale Makar. Makar, right wing point, down low, broken up, good stick. Gavrikov in the right position. They'll play it up ahead for Cooley around Makar to the Colorado blue line, but Natchez is there for the Avalanche. He'll collect as both sides make changes. Cale Makar in his own zone. Up ahead. Here comes Natchez to the forehand. Denied by Shesterkin. He's got it. He looked behind him, but it was caught in his pads, and he hangs on for the whistle. Oh, the speed of Marty Natchez, Dave. He was able to get a step and create a great look, and Igor Shesterkin is equal.
Shesterkin has been tremendous on breakaways in the last few games, and he makes a huge one here. What a pass by Cale Makar. This was like watching Tom Brady at his best, threading one in where there was no space. I mean, he had about 4 inches of room to thread the needle on a 55-foot pass up the guts of the ice, and he nailed it for a breakaway.
But Shesterkin up to the task, makes his 9th save of the period. Rangers are going to be guilty of icing here with 87 seconds to go.
The Brady thing was for you, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Plus, it was the only quarterback I could think of off the.
Well, it's not a bad choice.
You can have I mean, I know he played at Michigan, so that's kind of a.
Well, there you go.
That's a bad thing, but he was played for your team, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that is true. Alexis Lafreniere off the draw, moves it up right wing side. Had a lot of good years watching football with him in New England.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This is Brock Nelson, exits out on the left wing. Nelson had a lot of good years in New York with the Islanders. Made his return Thursday, had an assist in that game. And a nice piece for the Avalanche. Zibanejad out to center. This is Panarin. Right back to Zibanejad, right wing side. He's into the zone. Zibanejad trying to feed Panarin back on the left wing. Intercepted by Landeskog. Now the other way, here comes Nelson. Drops it. Nichushkin on the right wing. Trying to steer it toward the goal. Missed the mark into the left wing corner. Nichushkin first one on it. Banks it up the boards to the line. Tays couldn't keep it in. He's going to retreat to center. Lays it to his right for Makar. Cale Makar down to the final 42 seconds of the period. Tays up ahead. Makar across center. He'll dump it in. Shesterkin out of his goal to settle it. He'll wrap it up the boards that hit Brett Berard, and it's picked up by Noah Laba. Laba with space across center. Drops it right wing side. Cooley. Cooley to Berard. Couldn't settle it down. Nichushkin's got it. Berard blew a tire. Quickly back to his feet. He'll head back to the Ranger bench. Natchez drops it. Nichushkin up top for McKinnon. Makar a drive. That stung Cooley. And he drops down to the ice, but quickly gets back up. He's a little stung as Cooley, but he blocks the shot and appears none the worse for Ware in the final 8 seconds.
That's a big-time shot block. That's put your big boy pants on and take one for the team. Right there for Cooley.
Nichushkin with 1 second to go gets a shot off that misses by the blocker of Shesterkin, and that will do it for period number 1. Shots on goal were 10-9, and Dave, we didn't get a goal, but I would tell you we were thoroughly entertained. That was a fun period. Great pace between two good teams.
Like I said, that had no look whatsoever of a Saturday afternoon matinee game during the holiday season. That was great. It was like playoff action from the drop of the puck. Towards the end of the period, the Rangers made 2 plays in the offensive zone. This is interesting. The first one, the big line's out there. Panarin trying to make a cross the guts of the ice pass east-west through traffic. Got picked off, went the other way. Not a well thought out play, especially the end of a period, because you can get transitioned. However, the Rangers survive it. You've got to let your skill players try to do that. Well, then the fourth line tried it, and that could have turned into a disaster as it went back the other way.
We are joined now by Scott Morrow down at ice level. And Scott, Dave pointed this out during the first period. Is it cool for you to be on one end of the ice and Cale Makar on the other with the UMass connection?
Yeah, super cool. I played with his brother, so, that's kind of a funny thing. And obviously he's a guy who, his game I look up to a little bit. So, now that we're competing against each other, it's definitely pretty fun.
Scott, it was cool watching you play at UMass. My son was there at the same time. And tell me about how you have transitioned your game from the NCAA level in that big rink at the Mullen Center to the NHL and being a little bit more streamlined.
Yeah, definitely the Olympic rink is a lot different. You have a lot more space with the puck and can kind of hang on to it a bit more. The college game's already a little bit slower than the NHL game too. So when you add in the speed and the smaller sheet, you got to make plays quicker, and that's been an adjustment, but I feel like I'm starting to figure it out.
All right, Scott, last one for you. It doesn't feel like a matinee game. Kind of has a playoff-like feel with that pace in period one, doesn't it?
Yeah, Colorado's a really good team. Haven't lost many games this year. We saw they lost the other night, so they came out with a lot of fire, and we were ready to play as well. So definitely a high-paced back-and-forth game, and hopefully we get the best of them.
Scott, thanks for doing this. Good luck the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you.
Well, that's the end of the first period. Stay tuned for the first intermission brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Dave, any final thoughts? Nope. Okay. That'll do it for us. Hey, I just want to give you the floor, partner.
I was halfway to the men's room.
All right, that's it for period one. Shots on goal in the opening stanza, 10-9 for the Rangers. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Today on Sirius XM Sports.
5 conference championships will be decided today. 12 noon Eastern, Big 12, BYU and Texas Tech. In the MAC, Miami, Ohio, and Western Michigan. SEC, Georgia, and Alabama at 4 Eastern. At 8 Eastern, the Big 10, Ohio State and Indiana. ACC, Duke, and Virginia. All the games can be found on the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments.
February 7th, 1976, Toronto Maple Leafs captain Darryl Sittler dominates at home in an 11-4 win over Boston.
That's a new record. As long as he lives, he'll remember this evening. So will all of us doing the game here at Maple Leaf Gardens.
On Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
Mr. Hockey's final NHL goal, April 9th, 1980, the Hartford Whalers at the Montreal Canadiens.
How over the line to his father, son to father. Backhand shot. They score! Number 9, Father Howe. And they're going to give him a standing ovation here in the Montreal Forum. A tremendous tribute to one of the most amazing athletes in any sport.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Quality health insurance? Yes, New York. Can you get help enrolling from a real person? Yes, New York. Can you find plans that are right for you and your family? Yes, New York. It's time to enroll for 2026 health insurance. Say yes to quality health coverage from New York State of Health. Enroll or renew today. Visit nystateofhealth.ny.gov or call 1-855-355-5777.
This is your local Tri-Honda dealer's New York Rangers Intermission Report. Now, here's Dan Grassa on the MSG Radio Network.
And it's time now for the Rangers' first intermission report. It's brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer today. Dan Grassa with it. 1 period in the books at Madison Square Garden. Got a good one between the Rangers and the Colorado Avalanche. We are scoreless. Well-played period. Only one infraction in the opening 20 minutes, and that was a Cale Makar interference penalty at 7:26 in. And the Rangers once again rolling with 5 forwards on that first power play configuration, generating generating a couple of decent looks. They finished with 3 shots on goal in the 2-minute power play, but Artemi Panarin and then Will Cooley, within seconds of each other, both hit posts trying to get one past Mackenzie Blackwood. So even though no goal to show for it, Rangers with a lot of production on that power play. On the other end of the ice, Igor Shesterkin having to make some big saves against some of the top players certainly in the NHL, because Colorado possesses a lot of firepower. Nathan McKinnon, and then with about a minute and a half to play in the period, Igor had to stand tall and take away a golden opportunity from Martin Necas to keep the game scoreless. So the Rangers out shooting Colorado 10-9 in that opening period, but we have a 0-0 game. And the first goal in this one figures to be critical because both teams have been very, very good this season when scoring the first goal. The Rangers, you know about the 13-2 record this year when lighting the lamp first. That's tied for the second most wins in the National Hockey League when scoring force, tied with the Colorado Avalanche, who just so happen to be 13-1-3 when they get on the board first. So whoever does strike first certainly could play a big factor as to who comes out on top in this hockey game. Still have more to do here on the Rangers' first intermission report, brought to you by your local Honda dealer. When we come back, we'll hear from Sam Carrick. We'll also check out the out-of-town scoreboard on a jam-packed Saturday around the National Hockey League. And New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the ice, playing pickup on a Saturday, or scoring the game winner in overtime. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes? Oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, Superior Light Beer, the official beer sponsor of the New York Rangers. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, less than 1 gram of protein, and 0 grams of fat per 12 ounces.
Every unforgettable Rangers moment is built on passion, precision, and legacy. The same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that last forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From luxury jewelry to fine timepieces, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CR-V, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Dan Grasso back on the Rangers' first intermission report, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer today. No score between the Rangers and the Avs after one period of play. Sam Carrick doing a nice job centering that fourth line for the New York Rangers. Do a lot of good hard work out there on the ice. He's got a goal and 5 helpers so far this season. After that first period, he caught up with Michelle Gingras.
A scoreless first 20 minutes, but a strong period for you guys. What'd you think of your team start?
Yeah, well, I think we're playing well. We're playing fast. Obviously, we're a really good team over there. They play with a lot of speed and skill, so I think we did a great job of matching that. And, we got some chances there, and, I think we're happy with where we're at.
You mentioned those chances. You had 10 shots on goal. By making them defend, how has that also kind of helped stifle Colorado's offense on the other end?
Yeah, that's huge. They're a transition team, so they kind of wait for turnovers, and they're dangerous off the rush. So making plays when they're there, but at the same time, making sure that you're getting pucks deep and making them defend.
You did a good job in front of your net in the first period. Anything you want to change or adapt to try to convert on some of those chances in the second?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things. Obviously, I think we can keep throwing pucks at the net against these guys. They do a good job of getting the lanes, but we keep converging to the net. We're going to get second opportunities, and it's probably going to be one of those greasy goals that wins the game here today.
Good luck in the second period. Thanks very much for the time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks to Sam Carrick. Rangers fans, don't miss a moment off the ice. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube. For all the New York sports talk you love, weekdays 6A to 7P. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York is on YouTube. Very busy Saturday around the National Hockey League on the out-of-town scoreboard. Next game to drop the puck will be 3:30 this afternoon down in Sunrise, where Florida will play host to Columbus. The Panthers are winless in their last 4. Columbus last in the Metro. They have won back-to-back games. Tonight, the Isles will be in Tampa. New York just a point up on the Rangers, looking for a third straight win. Tampa Bay has lost back-to-back games, that after winning 7 straight. Toronto entertains Montreal. The Leafs have won 3 in a row. Montreal is 2 up on Toronto. St. Louis travels to Ottawa. The Blues have lost 4 of 6. Ottawa's dropped 3 of 4. It'll be Nashville visiting the Carolina Hurricanes. Canes have won 2 of 3. They're 3 back of the Capitals for the top spot in the Metro. Nashville has won 4 of their last 5, despite being in last place in the Central Division. Devils are in Boston to take on the Bruins. Jersey has lost 4 in a row. They're a point up on the Rangers. Boston 2 back of Tampa Bay for the top spot in the Atlantic. It'll be Calgary home for Utah. Flames have points in 3 of their last 4. Utah has won 2 of their last 2 games by a combined score of 11-1. Chicago visits the LA Kings. Blackhawks have won 2 out of 3. LA just 3-6-3 at home, tied for the fewest home wins in the NHL. Edmonton entertains the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg is winless in 6 of their last 8 games. Edmonton has won 2 of their last 3. It'll be Minnesota traveling to Vancouver to take on the Canucks. Vancouver is winless in 7 of their last 8. They've got the fewest points in the NHL. Minnesota 12-2-2 in their last 16, playing some real good hockey. And it'll be the Seattle Kraken entertaining the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit is winless in 5 of their last 6. Seattle winless in 4 straight. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard on this Saturday around the National Hockey League. Well, come February, Mike Sullivan will be taking over, of course, the reins of Team USA in the Winter Olympics. And the other day at practice, Coach Sully was talking about the roster construction of the Olympic team and why it won't simply just be a collection of NHL All-Stars.
Once again, these types of teams are, the talent pool that you're drawing from is very deep. And so, what I will tell you is that, going through the Four Nations experience and now going through the Olympic experience is that our objective is to put the best team together in the true sense of the word. There's a difference between an all-star team and a team. And what I mean by that is we need players that have the ability to bring different elements to the table depending on what situations arise through the course of a game. We talk a lot about player deployment. We go through a game, virtually in your mind. Who's first over the boards when you're defending a 3-2 lead in the game, and there's Team Canada pulls the goalie. Who's first over the boards? Who's going to take a face-off on the left side? Who's going to take a face-off on the right side? What happens if that guy gets kicked out? What happens if that guy gets hurt? Who's first over the boards in the penalty kill? Who's first over the boards in the power play? Who's going to, as a defense pair, play against McDavid or McKinnon or Crosby? Those are the types of conversations that we have a lot when you think in terms of what a team in the true sense of the word looks like. And that's where I think it's different than a quote-unquote all-star team. So, good teams bring different strengths to the table, and it's kind of the whole being better than the sum of the parts, so to speak, that I think is what the ultimate objective is. And that's where, when we had the conversation around the Four Nations tournament, for example, that's why some of the players were selected the way they are.
And that is the head coach Mike Sullivan on Team USA. Holiday cheer starts with new gear. Make the most wonderful time of the year even better and grab gifts that'll make every Blue Shirts holiday. Shop Rangers gear by heading to shop.msg.com/Rangers. And this has been the Rangers First Intermission Report, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer today. I'll talk to you again during the second intermission. Coming up next, Alex Thomas, Dave Starman have period number 2 for you with a Rangers and Avalanche scoreless at Madison Square Garden. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York in the MSG Radio Network.
This has been your local Tri-Honda dealer's New York Rangers Intermission Report. Blue Shirts Hockey is next.
What does your favorite MLB team need to make a move in 2026?
There's a difference between talent and building a baseball team.
MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM has live coverage of baseball's winter meetings.
Deals could pop at any moment.
Hear interviews with decision makers and expert analysis of every move.
This is a huge, huge deal.
Comprehensive coverage of baseball's winter meetings begins Sunday at 4 Eastern on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and on the Sirius XM app.
Historic hockey moments.
March 2nd, 1993, Winnipeg hosts Quebec, where Jets forward Timo Solani is 3 goals off the pace of Mike Bossy's rookie record.
Timo Solani breaks it. He scores! Ladies and gentlemen, as you're all aware, that goal by Timo Solani establishes a new NHL record for goals in one season by a rookie.
The Finnish Flash's record-breaking goal came in his 64th NHL game, and he would finish his rookie season with an overall 76 goals.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments. NHL Network Radio.
December 27th, 2000, well into retirement, which included a 1997 Hockey Hall of Fame induction, and also becoming owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Mario Lemieux, 44 months after hanging up the skates, called it a comeback.
33 seconds into the game, Mario Lemieux will get an assist in his first shift back. Lemieux scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Back for the second period on a Saturday afternoon in Madison Square Garden alongside Dave Starman and Alex Thomas. And Dave, it might be 0-0 after 1. We had a ton of action, and let's start with maybe the biggest save of the period, and it came from New York's Igor Shesterkin. It was Marty Necas on a breakaway. Really nice pass to spring in Necas, but Shesterkin was up to the task.
The beauty of Shesterkin is his ability to wait out opponents. Now, Necas had pressure coming from behind. When that happens, it allows the goalie to get out a little bit more. So Shesterkin's got his heels on the crease line. The puck hits the hash marks. He is goalie gapped extremely well. Necas going to his backhand a little bit. Now gives Shesterkin even more of an advantage to stay aggressive. And he's really good at getting back towards the net. Well played by Igor. Shut down a big chance.
When it's game time, it's Tully time. The second period puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Rangers will go left to right here in period 2. The Avalanche will go right to left. And Dave, real quick, before we start this second period, Rangers had 10 shots on goal, but they had 6 real quality looks there.
Yeah, they certainly did. Sheary had a good one. Carrick had a good one. They were both from the left circle. Miller's chance from way up top, about 40 feet out, dead on. Lafreniere with a little bit of a waffle from the right circle. Found its way to the net. Rangers have been opportunistic and getting shots through lanes.
They had 2 goal posts on the power play as well. The only power play of this game. New York is 0 for 1. Devon Toews will move it up ahead. Necas trying to swipe it out of the zone. It got through JT Miller. Carried up ahead by Nathan McKinnon with speed. Drops it. Lehkonen pestered by Sherry. Off of Schneider and picked up by McKinnon. Left wing corner. Trying to swing it back up for Necas. Went off of his stick all the way down to Mackenzie Blackwood, who steers it for Devon Toews. Taves could not clear the zone. Kept in right wing side. Trocheck swipes it in toward the slot for Schneider, but he was unable to gain possession, and now Natchez will move around Sherry.
Total miscommunication between Taves and Blackwood. Taves thought Blackwood was going to move the puck up ice, and when as the Avalanche iced the puck here, as Blackwood moved the puck just off to the top of the crease, all of a sudden Taves put his head down like are you kidding? And had a sprint towards the puck to get it, and wound up turning it over a little bit. So in situations like that, it generally is a defenseman's call as to what they want the goalie to do with the puck. I'm not quite sure that Blackwood and Taves are on the same page there.
All right there before the draw, too. Blackwood and Taves just having a conversation in the Avalanche crease about just that. As it's gloved ahead by Lehkonen. Morgan lost his stick, wanted a call, none forthcoming. Natchez drops a trailer. McKinnon walks in, shoots, in a glove save by Shesterkin on the bid from the right wing circle by Nathan McKinnon, who turned on the afterburners and found himself in the right wing circle with the first shot of the period.
Avalanche wound up with an odd man rush because the stick of Morgan got knocked out of his hands. There was no call on the play, and Morgan got trapped in no man's land, so it turned into a 2-on-1, later into a 3-on-2. Shesterkin in a real good position for a big glove save on a big-time player.
Face off to the left of Shesterkin. Noah Laba will take the draw, opposed by Brock Nelson. Nelson wins it. Josh Manson, left wing side, gets it to Burns. His shot rocketed off the leg of Will Cooley, picked up by Colton. His shot denied Shesterkin, and now exiting on the left wing is Will Cooley. Rangers attacking left to right. Cooley across center, chips it into the Avalanche zone. Brett Berard gets on his horse, knocked down hard by Manson, but Berard pops right back up to his feet. Cooley fighting for it against two white jerseys. Puck comes loose. Picked up Berard. Right wing circle. Laba turns, fires a riser that did not clip the netting and instead clipped the plexi. It'll go all the way into the Rangers zone.
Laba scored from just that spot a couple of games ago. He tried it again and he just missed.
Lafreniere is offside. Late whistle, but with 18:24, we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone.
And being that we're on radio, I should say that that spot was right from the right wing dot as he tried to go far side on Wedgwood, and he just missed as it went up and over the crossbar over the right shoulder on the far side of the net.
Face-off will be on the right wing side for the Rangers, attacking left to right. Draw is won by Jack Drury, and moved up ahead Malinsky, but it's turned over to the neutral zone. Lafreniere, left wing side, Zibanejad. This time the Rangers were onside, but Nichushkin able to find it, get it to Malinsky, DD for Girard, and he'll move it out to center ice. Victor Olofsson swinging a miss at center, picked up by Lafreniere, got it to Panarin, left wing pass for Zibanejad, evaded him. Panarin chasing after it, deep into the Avalanche zone. Off the right skate of Lafreniere, came to Panarin. Panarin drops it, Robertson fires, stopped by Blackwood, rebound, where's the puck? It's at the side of the goal, now Blackwood's got it, and he hangs on for a whistle. Robertson stepped into a drive, Dave, there was some traffic in front. Blackwood was unsure of where it was, he's on his back, flat in the crease, and he's got it underneath.
This was all set up twice by Panarin. The first time was Panarin on a forecheck, he gets in behind Girard. Instead of going to flatten Girard, which is not a part of his wheelhouse, he came in from behind with a stick and he picked his pocket. So that was the first turnover. And then Panarin from behind the net, after retrieving the puck, is able to set up the secondary chance with a really good pass from net back. And the Rangers with a good kick at it in front. Wedgwood not knowing where it was. And the Rangers almost sneak one.
Back to the line. This is Braden Schneider. Gets it right wing side for JT Miller. Leaves it for Gavrikov. His shot a riser. Evades Blackwood. Now Trocheck, left wing corner. JT Miller run into by Malinsky, who takes the puck from him, the former Cornell blue liner. Kept in left wing side by Trocheck for a moment. Out to center. Nathan McKinnon kicks it to the center red line. Picked up JT Miller. Right back in, it's Connor Sherry. He'll tip it around Malinsky. Malinsky and Sherry come together right wing corner. And taking a bump, I believe it was Girard, it was, before he moved it up ahead for Malinsky. This is McKinnon, right wing side, evades Sherry, pass off the stick of Trocheck and out to center. Where Tays will find it and go D-to-D for Kiel Makar. Right back to Tays, left wing side. McKinnon enters the zone with Natchez nearby. Here's McKinnon, pulls up, drops it. Makar, a shot deflected by Trocheck up into the netting with 16:58 to go.
Devon Taves played his college hockey Quinnipiac just up the road from here. He's got a great sense of humor. He now works out a lot with Logan O'Connor, who's injured, who played at the University of Denver. So they use Denver's facilities a lot to work out there in the summer. And when a lot of players come rolling in, Taves, not being a Denver alum, will always say to people coming in, hey, welcome here to the training facilities at the University of Denver, the second best place in the world to play college hockey.
This listen, he's got a laugh recently. Quinnipiac won a national championship, 2 years ago?
Not as recently as Denver did.
Oh, that's also a good point. Nichushkin left wing side. Taves are going to go backdoor. Nichushkin, a shot blocked. May have went off the skates of Susi. This is Brodzinski. Shakes off some trouble and finds Will Borgen right wing side up ahead. Knocked down by Taves. Re-entering in is Drury on the left wing. Swings it into the right wing corner. Nichushkin away from Borgen. Drury bumped by Susi. Loose puck picked up by, I believe it was Bardakov. It was Victor Olofsson who drew a penalty, and the Avalanche power play is going to go to work here with 16:29 to go in period 2.
Period 22, 2 minutes for holding.
Brodzinski behind the net, got caught up with Olofsson. Have a look on the Ranger bench. That's coaching staff. I don't think they buy it. Good play by Susi to get in there and force a turnover on Drury. Olofsson comes in and picks it up, and it's the slightest of tugs, but it does toe the letter of the law. And with the official standing right there, it's hard to argue that one.
Dave, this is one of hockey's great mysteries this year. The Avalanche are averaging 4.04 goals for per game this year. Their power play is just 25th in the league.
Okay, so not being a math guy, I would tell you that their 5-on-5 is probably pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes. But it just feels like this is a power play that's waiting to break out.
Sometimes you're going to laugh when I tell you this. And I'm not that I ever coached a team that had this problem, but in talking with coaches that have, Don McAdam being one who was with the Edmonton Oilers for a while and the Red Wings, he said sometimes your power play is almost too good. There's too many skilled guys on it. Everybody wants to use their skill. You got a little bit of extra room to play with, so you want to try some things. It's obviously a game where you want to have some fun playing at it too, and you get into a situation where everybody's trying to create the perfect play and nothing happens. And sometimes it's that second power play unit that'll get out there to be a little bit more ham and egg and straight line, and they're the ones who get it done a little bit more.
That's off of Landeskog. He got away from Schneider, kept in left wing side by Nathan McKinnon. His backhander knocked down by the right hand of Schneider, who chips it out to center ice. Trocheck trying to get around McKinnon. He does. Here comes Trocheck, right wing side. He stumbled, however, down to his knees, poked it away from a car. Avalanche were 1 for 6 in the first meeting. Back on the 20th of November, Brock Nelson had the power play goal that night. Gavrikov banks it up ahead. Here comes Zibanejad, short-handed right wing side. Thought about dropping it to Cooley. Instead, he'll keep it. Zibanejad plays it around Makar. Picked up Landeskog. He's got Natchez in the right wing, and the Avalanche are out. Here's Natchez with speed across center. Zibanejad lost his stick. Lehkonen drops it. Landeskog left wing side. Back up top for McKinnon. Now it's Makar. Walks in, shoots it. Hit Shesterkin, and will bobble out to center ice where Nathan McKinnon corrals.
Zibanejad lost his stick on the back check, but his stick continued to back check. He lost in such a way that his stick kept up with the play and actually made a play by itself.
Ross Colton barrels down the left wing side, up to the line for McKinnon. Now Landeskog out there with Colton, McKinnon, Natchez, and Makar. And it's Makar who's got it now at the right wing point. Kel Makar across right wing side. Natchez holds. Natchez walks top of the right wing circle. Doesn't shoot. Dishes off. This is Makar. Left wing side. McKinnon fires in a save made by Shesterkin with Landeskog on the doorstep with 14:44 to go.
This is a good play by Will Borgen in front of the net. Colorado sets up a nice opportunity. Not a huge danger one, but a nice opportunity as the puck gets moved from Makar up at center point to McKinnon on top of the left wing circle. McKinnon fires it. It wasn't a great shot, but lurking in front of the net and just looking for any spare change was Landeskog, and Borgen put his stick over Landeskog to make sure that the puck never got tipped and Shesterkin can grab it.
Down to the final 13 seconds of the Brodzinski penalty. Avalanche setting up here. Taves. Right wing side for Brock Nelson. Stick of Ross Colton lifted by Gavrikov. Puck came to Shesterkin out to center, and that will do it. So each team is 0 for 1 on the power play as Brock Nelson's weak shot from the left wing point is easily knocked away by Shesterkin. Rangers don't clear. Kept in. Nelson. Taves trying to go to the back door for Colton. Broken up nicely by Brodzinski. And now it's Trocheck up ahead for Brodzinski. In on the left wing side. 1-on-1 against Burns. Brodzinski pulls up in the left wing. He's bumped by Nelson. Came to Taves. Nichushkin trying to exit. Pestered by Zibanejad. Got it to Burns. He'll play it up the left wing side out to center. And it's corralled by Scott Morrow at his own blue line.
By the way, what a play a moment ago by Gavrikov with a stick to break up that last rush.
Here comes Zibanejad. Right wing side. Panarin shoots. Blockered away by Blackwood. Kept in Lafreniere away from Zibanejad. Right wing kept in now by Morrow. Savannah Jad will let it go. Left wing corner activating is Susie. Run into by Brock Nelson. Picked up by Taze. And up out to center for Yoel Kiviranta. But it went off his skates. Morrow to the Avalanche blue line. Burns nearly lost it. Lafreniere. Taze up the right wing boards. Up ahead it's Parker Kelly. Kelly in right wing side. He'll pull up. Kelly waits for reinforcements. Trying to feed Bardakov. Bardakov on the backhand, stopped by Shesterkin. Rebound out in front for Kelly, couldn't get a shot away. Wrapper on the tip, denied by Carson Soucy, who had his stick on the line. It's still loose. Corralled by Bardakov, drive by Malinsky, denied by Shesterkin.
What a job by the Rangers, D in front of the net. Everybody kept toe caps up ice. Nobody panicked. And Shesterkin with a big save.
Now it's Natchez on the left wing side, trying to barrel his way to the goal. Takes it behind the Ranger net, has it on the backhand, plays it up to the line. Malinsky, a shot, they score! Sam Malinsky let it fly from the right wing point. May have been tipped in front. And the Avalanche score first with 12:54 to go in period 2. Parker Kelly gets a piece.
Well, the Rangers dodged a bullet a moment ago on some great defensive play. And on this situation, Parker Kelly got blown up in front of the net and was still on one knee when Malinsky threw it to the front of the net. I'm not sure he got it, but he might have waved at it just enough to distract Shesterkin. It was just a simple shot from the point. It might have hit something. Not quite sure if it hit Kelly. We get a chance to see it again on the monitor. Kelly got smoked by Morrow, and as the shot came in, he waved at it. Might have touched it a little bit. It looked like it changed direction slightly. Shesterkin was in a good spot for it, but anything off a tip, that becomes dealer's choice, and Colorado takes a 1-0 lead.
Oh, Kelly certainly reacted as if he did. We'll see if that is the case. McKinnon to Lehkonen, who is on his knees, couldn't get a shot away. This is backhanded up by Trocheck just inside the Avalanche zone. This is offside with 12:36 to go, so we'll get a chance to figure out just exactly who is responsible for the first Avalanche goal on the other side of this timeout. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
College football championship games are on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. Tune in now as Texas Tech battles BYU in the Big 12 championship, followed by the SEC championship game between Georgia and Alabama. Then Ohio State takes on Indiana in the Big 10 title game, all on Sirius XM Channel 84 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here.
Historic hockey moments.
301 days since the hit on Chris Draper.
The Colorado Avalanche at the Detroit Red Wings, March 26, 1997. Brawl in Hockey Town.
Now Darren McCarty gets his shots in at Claude Lemieux. And look who came all the way out to try to help. Patrick Roy. Oh my goodness. Vernon and Roy. They are on their feet here at Joe Louis Arena.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The Messier Guarantee. May 25th, 1994, the New York Rangers face elimination in Game 6 against the New Jersey Devils.
Under 8 minutes to play in the third and a 2-2 tie. Kolomov, save, rebound, score! Messier!
For the empty net, Mark Messier. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? He said we will win Game 6. He has just picked up the hat trick.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Time of the goal is driven by Ramsey Mazda. First goal of the afternoon scored by Parker Kelly, assisted by Sam Malinsky and Marty Natchez at 7:06 of the second period. Time of the goal is driven by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Kelly caught that one by a hair as his stick was coming down. Like just a fraction of the puck, the smallest part of the puck. He caught it and sent it a little bit higher than the trajectory it was on. Kelly gets the goal up over the shoulder of Shesterkin.
Sixth goal of the year for Parker Kelly as the Avalanche take the 1-0 lead. Miller down low. Sherry lets it go. Picked up by Trocheck. Stumbled right wing side. Schneider down low for Connor Sherry. Sherry lost a handle on it. Kept in Gavrikov. Backhands it. Right wing side. JT Miller trying to spin away from Makar. Miller on the right wing. Curls up top. Miller walks in, shoots, and I believe Blackwood got a piece of that. May have hit Lehkonen on the way in as well.
Great double screen in front of the net, and really nice piece of hockey sense and patience by Miller as he went from his right to his left, got the double screen set up and shot.
Landeskog on the left wing side now, the Avalanche captain, and what a story he is. He played in the AHL last year for a couple of games, coming back from an injury. They're missing a couple of seasons. Zibanejad, then he returned to the Avalanche lineup, Dave, in the playoffs. All kinds of motion in that first-round series against Dallas, and it was an instant classic, too, that series.
Yes.
Artemi Panarin, right wing side of the line. Morgan a shot, never reached the goal. It hit Zibanejad. And now Brock Nelson will play it to the right wing, and Lehkonen's out across center. He'll dump it in, go for the change.
It's been Colorado's period for the first 11 minutes or so. There's the first 9 minutes, I should say. About 11 minutes left to go here. And the Rangers need to be careful here. Colorado's made a good push, and there's a lot of sustained puck possession time here.
Colton gets into the zone, right wing side, and Nelson go to the net. Colton instead drops it up top, burns a shot off of Soucy in the right wing corner, picked up Panarin. Smack it up the boards, but it's kept in by Manson on the back end, left wing side. Nelson, the Chushkin, left wing circle, back up top for Burns. Burns shoots in and out of the glove of Shesterkin. Colton the rebound, played it into the right wing corner, but Soucy there for the Rangers, and it's steered out to center ice at the end of a shift by Artemi Panarin. Will Morgan across center, dumps this in, no icing. Blackwood thought about covering, instead he'll leave it for Burns with 10.5 to go in period 2. Look out, turned over, this is Cooley on the left wing side, trying to get away from Burns. Cooley holds, he'll wrap it around the wall, waiting for it is Morrow on the right wing. Morrow shot in the traffic, didn't reach the net, fished free by Manson, and backhanded out to center, looking for Victor Olofsson. It's tipped into the Rangers zone.
Colorado doing a really nice job packing it in when the puck is out on the perimeter for the Rangers.
Sam Malinsky is offside. Nearly was able to keep the clearing attempt from Matthew Robertson in. We get a whistle with 10:04 to go in the second period. Shots are 9-3 here, Dave, for the Avalanche in period 2. And you're seeing some of the traits that have made them, through their first 26 games, the best team in the National Hockey League so far.
Avalanche have led for 54% of the games they played. That's the most in the NHL. They've been behind for the second lowest amount of time, and so that's starting to hold up here as the Avs playing with the lead. Their speed is really good. Rangers try to create some races and pucks into areas, and that's where you're really seeing the speed of the Colorado defense being a factor in this game.
Moving it up ahead is Johnny Brodzinski on the right wing. Left wing side, Sam Carrick will steer it down. Carrick turned it over, and here comes Jack Drury into the Rangers zone. Jack Drury, left wing side, drops it for Girard. His shot blocked away by Shesterkin up into the netting with 9:31 to go in period number 2.
Rangers get away with one there as they turn a puck over in a bad spot, and Igor to the rescue.
1-0 Colorado, your score. 9:31 to go in period 2. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Experience the sophisticated taste of the best single malt whiskey in the world, the Macallan, founded in 1824. The Macallan is renowned worldwide for its extraordinary single malt whiskeys. Their outstanding quality and distinctive character reveal the uncompromised excellence they pursue. Whether your taste is sherry oak or double cask, the Macallan single malt whiskey is for you. Pick up the Macallan today at your nearest liquor store. The Macallan, the single malt whiskey against which all others must be judged. Crafted without compromise. Please savor the Macallan responsibly.
Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers, are here to help with your heat and water heating needs. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace that beast in your basement, that old inefficient boiler, with a highly efficient Peerless boiler. It's a perfect match for homes, apartments, commercial buildings, you name it. Get all the heat you need efficiently and save on your energy bill all year long. Learn more about the entire Peerless Boiler family of products and to find a local installer near you. Just visit PeerlessBoilers.com and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
9:31 to go in period number 2. Avalanche leading the Rangers 1-0. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. He's Dave Starman and Alex Thomas. And Dave, this is a period that the Avalanche so far have had the better of it territorially, but how can the Rangers break through that and return to what was successful for them in period 1?
A lot of it has to do with their forecheck. Colorado has been really good at winning some of these races we just alluded to a moment ago, so better, more pressure, especially down low below the goal line when pucks get deposited there is a must. The other thing for the Rangers is better defense at the blue line. Colorado's 2 or 3 really good chances this period have all come off of successful entries with speed by the Avalanche.
Trocheck will play it to the left wing for Will Cooley. Return feed too far ahead of Trocheck, who is all tied up by Arturi Lehkonen. JT Miller plays it to the line. Gavrikov's shot went off of Cooley into the left wing corner. McKinnon first one there for the Avalanche, trying to spin away from Cooley. Turned it over to Miller. It popped back toward the line. Lehkonen able to take it out to center for Colorado. Now he's got Cale Makar with speed. Left wing side. What a feed down low. McKinnon a shot denied by Shesterkin. What a feed by Cale Makar to spring in Nathan McKinnon. And a terrific stop by Igor Shesterkin. Now Manson a shot blocked by Cooley. Burns right wing side, fires one. That Shesterkin gets with the blocker and deflects out of play.
All right, what we just talked about, being able to contain Colorado on the entry. Makar comes in, he pulls up at the line. Gavrikov had him, and Gavrikov made a nice play. McKinnon snuck in on the far side of the ice. The Rangers got so mesmerized watching the puck. Schneider had middle lane, not possession, he had middle lane position off the play that was coming into the zone on to his right. But McKinnon snuck in high ice, didn't give Schneider an opportunity to latch onto him.
Face off to Shesterkin's left. He's had a couple of big saves in this hockey game, has Igor, and that was another big one off Nathan McKinnon, who's entered with 22 goals in 26 games this season. Lafreniere trying to move it up ahead for Panarin, right wing side. It's out of his reach. Nichushkin will find it for the Avalanche. He's bumped by Zibanejad, got it to Brock Nelson. Nelson lost it. Lafreniere back up top. Soucy, Zibanejad, left wing side. Lafreniere, puck kind of just stuck on him. He couldn't get a shot away. The Avalanche able to move it out to center. It's Nelson. So you look at some of the changes since the start of last year, Dave. The big thing for the Avalanche is Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood, their new battering in net. But Brock Nelson is such a big addition for this team.
Brock Nelson is so smart. To me, even as a superstar, he's a little underrated because he's a great little things player. He's great in the dressing room. He's always been a quiet guy, but he leads by example.
This is Will Cooley on the right wing side. He's got it on his backhand, takes it behind the Avalanche goal, trying to spin away from Kelly. Cooley still got it, trying to feed Noah Laba, left wing corner. Laba lost it, and moving it up ahead is Yoel Kiviranta, who's got Nelson. He'll chip it into the right wing corner, go off for a change. Good wheels for Kiviranta, got there ahead of Matthew Robertson, but Robertson able to stay on him, force a turnover, and Taylor Radish takes it up the right wing side. Backhands it to the Avalanche blue line. This is Drury, drops it back into his own zone. Malinsky takes it to the center, evades the check from Lava, dumps it into the Rangers zone where Scott Morrow is waiting. 7:03 to go in period 2. Scott Morrow will play it off to his left. This is Robertson out to center. Carrick. That is tipped by Brett Berard, and down the ice, no icing. Victor Olofsson lets it go out to center. Zakar Bardakov tipped it, or rather dumped it, deep into the Rangers zone. Johnny Brodzinski moves it up ahead. Sam Carrick, left wing side, plays it to a vacant wing. Brodzinski trying to get there ahead of Bardakov, but this is offside with 6:41 to go.
Rangers a little disconnected this period. A lot of it has to do with the Avalanche speed. And I think we talked about it earlier in the game. From a Ranger perspective, the one thing you want to make sure you do is you track back center ice, take away the middle of the ice, take away between the dots, and not allow Colorado to use their speed. Well, Colorado has done a great job of that against New York here by forcing New York to make a lot of passes either east-west, which aren't connecting, longer, or throwing pucks in and then letting their defenseman's speed get back to them first for easy outs.
Olofsson into the Rangers zone, picked up by Forgan off the right wing boards. Burns in his own end, they'll move it up ahead. Bardakov left wing side. Olofsson bobbled, they couldn't enter in cleanly. And now Carrick on the right wing will chip it around Josh Manson. Edmondson coming over in a deal at the deadline in 2022 from Anaheim, and he was a big part of Colorado's Stanley Cup championship against Tampa Bay that June. He's the son of former NHL player and assistant coach Dave Manson. Boy, was he tough. I believe he's on the bench with AHL San Diego now after a stint off, after he was an assistant in Edmonton for a little bit. I believe, Dave, with the icing with 5:53 to go, I believe he was an assistant with Edmonton the year Josh with Colorado swept the Oilers in the Western Conference Final, went on to win the Stanley Cup.
That always makes for a good July 4th weekend, doesn't it?
You know, yeah, I mean, might be, I don't want to. Would that be sour? No, I think you're happy for yourself. I don't know. You'd have to tell me. If one of your kids beat you in the playoffs, how would you feel?
I'd certainly dock his allowance. I never had a chance to coach against my kid. We were, when I was coaching the NA3, he was playing U18. He got called up for a couple of games to a team in the league, but never had a chance to coach against him.
JT Miller left wing side. Trocheck, now McKinnon. Couldn't get it out, but it came to Makar. Natchez at center, bumped by Schneider. Trocheck over to the left wing for Alexei Lafreniere, trying to get around Makar. Puck left behind, left wing side, collected by Trocheck, away from Makar. Right wing side, Schneider. His shot through the blue paint. Left wing point, Gavrikov. It tipped in front by Lafreniere. Picked up by Alexei Lafreniere, right wing side. Back up top for Braden Schneider. His shot on the traffic, stopped by Blackwood. Rebound out in front, picked up Trocheck to the line. Kept in Schneider, right wing side. Schneider down low. Rangers a little bit of zone time here, Dave, as they set it up on the left wing. This is Artemi Panarin, down low for Braden Schneider. He's got Lafreniere in front. Schneider, left wing side, Zibanejad. Up top, Gavrikov, a shot. It hit his own man, Lafreniere. Comes to the right wing boards, McKinnon. Couldn't get it out, turned it over to Panarin. Lafreniere, Panarin, drop pass. Morrow, a shot. And a left pad save by Blackwood. Rebound picked up by Zibanejad. Evades McKinnon. Back up to the line for Scott Morrow. Good pressure here for the Rangers. Morrow in the traffic, stopped by Blackwood. The rebound quickly pounced on by Mackenzie Blackwood with Alexei Lafreniere in the net front. 4.5 to go in period 2. Good shift for the Rangers, trying to equalize late in the middle stanza. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Your home for the biggest stories in the league is SiriusXM NFL Radio.
This is Bruce Murray from the SiriusXM Blitz. It's week 14 and the stretch run begins with playoff seeding on the line.
The Bears can compete offensively now. They're consistent where they need to be.
And it features two of the best rivalries in the NFL with the Bears and Packers and the Steelers and Ravens.
Lamar Jackson is in! Touchdown Ravens!
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
New Year's Day, January 1st, 2008, at the home of the NFL's Buffalo Bills, Ralph Wilson Stadium.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Buffalo Sabres are set to play despite the snow that's been falling all morning, and more than 73,000 are here to witness it. In the game they're calling the Winter Classic.
Penguins win! Snow flying in their faces as they celebrate.
Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
April 14th, 2010, the Philadelphia Flyers join an exclusive club, the Hard Way.
History made in Boston tonight. The Flyers defeat the Bruins 4-3. They are the third team in NHL history to come from behind after trailing a series 3-0.
The hockey history continues. Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
April 10th, 1982, the Miracle on Manchester. Game 3 heading into the third between the heavily favored Edmonton Oilers, who were up 5-0 over the underdog LA Kings.
Shot by Evans, he's going out! The Kings have taken the lead in the series. They came from behind to win in overtime, 6-5.
Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Front of the net, traffic, secondary shots like that last shift.
Rangers win the draw in the O-zone. Morrow will go D-to-D. Matthew Robertson finds Artemi Panarin. Panarin to the line for Morrow on the left wing side. Returns it Panarin. Now Robertson from the right wing off the stick of an Avalanche defender and kicked away by the pad of Blackwood. Panarin tried to play it to the line. Instead, it comes out to center. Ross Colton left wing side, but he's crunched by Matthew Robertson, and the puck will bleed out to center, right to Landeskog.
That was a good way to describe it. He got smoked.
Landeskog is in offside. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
You can see from where the Rangers are playing right now that they've probably had a little bit of a discussion on the bench along the lines of picking up the pace. Colorado's playing with great pace, and the Rangers probably have felt like they were getting skated into the ground this period. And the thought process being, let's get some offensive zone time. Let's make sure to start putting pucks towards the front of the net. Let's see what happens. But let's do some things to get our feet moving.
Carson Soucy, left wing side, up ahead for Noah Laba. Couldn't get it out of the zone initially. Able to get it back from Bardakov, and he'll play it up to center for Brett Berard, who wheels his way into the offensive zone, right wing side. Berard pulls up. He's got Laba, right wing circle. Laba backhanded to the line. Borgen didn't get all of that shot. Drury leaning on Laba. Comes to the right wing boards to Chushkin. He'll chip it out to center ice. Soucy will peek over his shoulder. He's got it first. Soucy, Borgen around to Chushkin. Now around Drury. Borgen played it to the right wing, out of the reach of Cooley. Gerard's got it for Colorado. Retreats behind his own net, leaves it for Jack Drury. He peeks over his shoulder and now moves it up ahead for Nichushkin, who takes a bump from Borgen. Puck will float into the left wing corner of the Rangers zone. Soucy didn't get it out. Shot from Burns, right wing point. Easy save for Shesterkin. He'll corral the rebound with 3:05 to go in period 2. You know,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
After you.
I was going to say, it's a little weird seeing Brent Burns in this jersey, isn't it?
I think it's a little weird looking at Brent Burns in general, but just he is just such a force of nature. I mean, just at his age to do what he's still doing, to be as effective as he is so good defending, hard skill, still can dictate plays and make a lot happen. And you need leadership in a locker room when you're chasing a Stanley Cup, and Brent Burns provides a ton of it.
Yeah, he's part of that famed 2003 draft, went 20th overall that year to Minnesota. JT Miller digs it free. Back up top. Schneider's shot missed by the blocker of Blackwood. Natchez with it now. Up ahead off the stick of Connor Sherry. Kept in left wing side. Run into by Lehkonen. Trying to dig it free was Natchez. Lehkonen and Sherry both down on the ice along the left wing boards. And now Natchez is working over Trocheck. And we're going to get a whistle.
Now Trocheck and Natchez exchanging a little bit more pleasantries. And Miller comes in to make sure nothing else happens. And things start to quiet down. Going back to the point I made a couple of moments ago about speed, like I remember when I was coaching the Central Hockey League, I was coaching in Macon, and we probably had the fastest team in the league. We had the youngest team in the league. We probably had the fastest team in the league. And I remember going into places where they had more veteran teams and just chatting with a couple of players, whether morning skate, whatever, and they would say, we hate playing your team. But we know we're a little older, we know we might be a little better, but we hate playing your team. And I said, why? He goes, this makes us work too hard. And that's what speed does. Speed makes you work hard. It makes you get out of your comfort zone. It makes you have to do things a little out of the norm. You know the old expression, speed kills.
Yep.
Your entire game plan can get thrown off by playing against a team that just does things faster than you do. If you can play high-end hockey at high pace, you got it going right.
McKinnon trying to feed Lehkonen in front. Pass went through his legs, picked up by Trocheck out to center. This is Miller. Rangers attacking left to right. Miller drops it. Sherry, right wing point. Down low for JT Miller, tied up by Devontaes. Miller lost the puck. Lehkonen was dumped down hard by JT Miller, but not before he got it to Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon in right wing side through the legs of Sherry. Able to find Cale Makar. Takes it down behind the Ranger goal. Makar, left wing side, holds, waits, lost the handle on it. Out to center, picked up by Taves. Taves up ahead for Natchez. Trying to work his way to the right wing. He does. Natchez into the Rangers zone. Right wing side. Now Brock Nelson. Nelson left wing. Makar one-timer kicked away by the right pad of Shesterkin. Nichushkin takes it free. Plays it into the right wing corner. Gavrikov chasing after it. Landeskog keeps it in. Now Trocheck. Schneider will try to exit on the right wing side with 87 seconds to go here in period 2. Lafreniere couldn't get it around Burns. Manson, Nichushkin in on the left wing. Nichushkin just out of the reach of Brock Nelson picks it up behind the net. Out in front, Landeskog. Stopped by Shesterkin. Rebound. That's Lafreniere able to get it to Zibanejad. Back to Lafreniere out to center. Out of the reach of Zibanejad. And now Nelson right back in left wing side. Over to the right wing. Colton in front for Landeskog. Tapped into the left wing corner. Brock Nelson for Brent Burns. His shot blocked by Artemi Panarin. Panarin up ahead for Lafreniere. He'll take it left to right across center. Alexi Lafreniere, long shot, ramped up the stick of Manson and catches the netting behind the goaltender Blackwood to his right with 51.6 seconds to go.
Gavrikov and Schneider got caught out there for 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Lafreniere was towards the end of his shift. He was at about 58 on that last rush up ice. But another really good play by Schneider in front of the net as the backside defenseman to break up an even man rush towards the front of the net with a good stick. Gavrikov has been really good this game, and Colorado has figured out if you're going to get around Gavrikov when he starts the forward gap, you got to start pulling up a little earlier to create some time and space between you and him.
Off the face-off, Cooley will play it to the line for Matthew Robertson. Left wing side, Zibanejad. Now across for Scott Morrow. His shot will miss wide with a blocker of Blackwood. Zibanejad with a good reverse hit. The Avalanche able to get the puck out of the zone. Kiviranta ahead from a car. Morrow, Panarin entering in Zibanejad. Trying to shake off Kiviranta. Half a minute to go. To the line, Morrow. Right wing side, Panarin holds. Wait, shoots! May have grazed the right pad of Mackenzie Blackwood. Good puck movement for the Rangers and a great look for Panarin. But back out to center. Scott Morrow's got to play it ahead for Cooley. Tapped into the Avalanche zone. Taze bumped by Berard. Right wing boards. Morrow trying to play it to the line. Check that Cooley trying to play it to the line to Morrow. Lob has got it right wing side. Now for Berard. Berard 1 second turn. Fires and hit Cooley in front at the horn. And that'll do it for period 2. A period, Dave, in which the first 11 minutes, the Avalanche were territorially the better team, but it felt like the Rangers able to get their legs back underneath them and a lot of things to like in the second half of that second period. And it's just a one-goal game here going into period 3.
So the one thing you love is the fact that Shesterkin has been really good, hasn't allowed a lot of rebounds. You love the fact that Schneider has been so defensively aware on a lot of these odd man rushes with speed that Colorado's been able to generate. And the last thing you like is these last 9 minutes you alluded to where the Rangers have been able to make a push and play with some better offensive zone possession time and get some real quality chances on goal. Now, in that last minute, Scotty Morrow with a really nice opportunity up top. He had Panarin there. I guarantee you Panarin's screaming for the puck. Morrow deferred to Panarin, and I could see that as a young player deferring to the veteran in that scenario. Morrow might have had the better look, and Panarin may even say to him in the dressing room, hey, if you think you got the better look, take it.
Well, the Rangers down 1-0 after 2 this afternoon against the top team in the National Hockey League, the Colorado Avalanche. 1-0 is your score. The Avs lead it after 2. Shots on goal, 23-19. They were 14-9 in the period for Colorado. Big third period coming up from the Garden. But first, it's time for the Rangers Intermission Report. You're listening to New York Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Rangers. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by Blue Haven in Manhattan for 8 Sun Cruisers for the price of 7. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers, are here to help with your heat and water heating needs. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace that beast in your basement, that old, inefficient boiler, with a highly efficient Peerless Boiler. It's a perfect match for homes, apartments, commercial buildings, you name it. Get all the heat you need efficiently and save on your energy bill all year long. Learn more about the entire Peerless Boiler family of products and to find a local installer near you. Just visit PeerlessBoilers.com and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Like most car buyers, you want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Get an impressive offer on the new Mazda CX-5 starting at $28,546 during the More to Move You sales event. Over 1,000 new Mazda vehicles to choose from. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get the most for your money at Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
This is the New York Rangers Intermission Report. Now, here's Dan Graca on the MSG Radio Network.
And we welcome into these Rangers' second intermission report. Dan Graca with it. Good one going on at MSG. Rangers taking on the best team in the National Hockey League. But Colorado had the first breakthrough in that second period as they have a 1-0 lead over the New York Rangers. And it was Parker Kelly with his 6th of the season. 7:06 into that middle frame. Assists from Sam Malinsky and Martin Necas. And Malinsky with a shot from the point, and Kelly got himself in position to deflect that one up and over Igor Shesterkin. Just moments after Igor Shesterkin stood tall in withstanding a barrage of shots by the Colorado Avalanche. So it's so unfortunate that ultimately the Rangers let one squeak by there because Igor was outstanding in the sequence that immediately preceded the Kelly goal. But Kelly gets his first tally in 11 games. Necas is 6 point in the last 4 games. And we talked about it during the first intermission, both of these teams and how good they are whenever they get on the scoreboard first. But today it's Colorado, who coming into today were 13-1-3 when scoring the first goal of the game. Both teams only with one power play opportunity so far in this hockey game. Johnny Brzezinski called for holding at 3:31 of that second period, so the lone Colorado power play did not result in a goal. They had 2 shots on goal on it. But all in all, a lot to like if you are a Ranger fan with the way this team has fared against the best club in the National Hockey League through 2 periods. Now the question is, are they going to be able to solve Mackenzie Blackwood and get one past him to at least even the score? Shots on goal in that middle period, 14-9 in favor of Colorado, and they have a 2-period edge in that department, 23-19. Have yourself a hockey holiday with the Rangers. Get tickets to see the Rangers live in action this holiday season by heading to NewYorkrangers.com/TIX. Still more to do here on the Rangers' second intermission report. When we come back, we'll hear from Carson Soucy. We'll also check out the out-of-town scoreboard around the National Hockey League. And New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CR-V, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Rangers. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by Blue Haven in Manhattan for 8 Sun Cruisers for the price of 7. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers, are here to help with your heat and water heating needs. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace that beast in your basement, that old inefficient boiler, with a highly efficient Peerless boiler. It's a perfect match for homes, apartments, commercial buildings, you name it. Get all the heat you need efficiently and save on your energy bill all year long. Learn more about the entire Peerless Boiler family of products and to find a local installer near you. Just visit PeerlessBoilers.com and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Can you access quality health insurance? Yes, New York.
Can you get help enrolling from a real person? Yes, New York. Is time running out to get covered? Yes, New York. Don't risk being uninsured for 2026. Say yes to quality health insurance from New York State of Health. Enroll or renew by December 15th for January 1st coverage. Visit nystateofhealth.ny.gov or call 1-855-355-5777.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Dan Grasso back at the Rangers' second intermission report. 1-0 Colorado is our score after 2 periods of play. Parker Kelly is 6th of the season from Malinsky and Necas at 7:06. The only goal so far in this hockey game. Rangers fans, don't miss a moment off the ice. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love weekdays, 6A to 7P. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York is on YouTube. Carson Soucy has found the scoring touch of late, has 3 points in the previous 4 games for this New York Rangers club. And after that second period, he sat down with Michelle Gingras.
Colorado gets a goal. How do you feel like your team responded after that? And did you feel like you were able to kind of shift the momentum back in your favor as the period progressed?
Yeah, I think we gave them a little more than we were hoping to that period. Obviously, we had a really good first, but I think we took the play over near the end of the period again. Keep trying to generate in the third, keep being above them. I think we'll get some chances.
You mentioned that keep trying to generate in the third. This is a team that's going to get their own chances. But to this point, what's been the biggest key for defending against that?
Yeah, I think we've been physical. Our forwards have done a great job reloading, cutting the ice in half. And then I think they have done a good job keeping our gaps. And like I said, physical against these guys is real important.
So huge third period, 1-goal game. What's the message to your team as you look to get back to that intensity of the first period?
Yeah, just kind of stick with it. I mean, they're a good team. We knew they were going to get some chances. But we got to have a pushback. We got to come, hopefully try and get one in this first 5 or at least gain some momentum early.
Thanks for the time. Good luck in the third period.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot to Carson Soucy. On the out-of-town scoreboard on this Saturday around the National Hockey League, Columbus and Florida will drop the puck in a little over an hour down in Sunrise. Florida's winless in their last 4. Columbus last in the Metro, but they're looking for a third straight win. Tonight, the Isles will be in Tampa. New York 1-up on the Rangers. They're also looking for a third straight victory. Tampa Bay has dropped back-to-back games after winning 7 straight. Toronto entertains Montreal. The Leafs have won 3 in a row. Montreal 2-up on Toronto. It'll be St. Louis visiting Ottawa. The Blues have lost 4 of 6. Ottawa's dropped 3 of 4. Nashville skates tonight down in Carolina. The Canes have won 2 of 3. They sit 3 back of the Capitals in the Metropolitan. Nashville has won 4 of 5. They're last in the Central. Devils are in Boston tonight. Jersey has lost 4 in a row. They also are a point up on the Rangers. Boston 2 back of Tampa Bay for the top spot in the Atlantic. It'll be Calgary home for Utah. The Flames have points in 3 of their last 4. Utah looking for a third straight win. Chicago visits the LA Kings. Blackhawks have won 2 of 3. LA just 3-6-3 on their home ice. They're tied for the fewest home wins in the National Hockey League. Winnipeg will be in Edmonton to take on the Oilers. Jets winless in 6 of their last 8. Edmonton winners of 2 of their last 3. It'll be Vancouver home for Minnesota. The Canucks are winless in 7 of their last 8. They've got the fewest points in the NHL. Minnesota, meantime, 12-2-2. In their last 16. And it'll be the Red Wings visiting Seattle to take on the Kraken. Detroit winless in 5 of their last 6. Seattle winless in 4 straight. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard in the National Hockey League. So Igor Shesterkin today playing very well once again. It's his 7th consecutive start and 9th in the last 10 games. And earlier this morning when meeting with the media, Coach Mike Sullivan talked about how Igor has managed to perform despite the extra workload.
He loves it, first and foremost, in my conversations with him. He wants to be in the net every night, as most of those fierce competitors do. That's just been my experience with some of the elite goalies over the years. You know, I think we've tried to do our best to manage his workload for most of the year up until most recently, which I think allowed us the opportunity to give him, you know, the consecutive starts that we have. But obviously that's not something that we want to do long term in the big picture. I think it's important that we continue to manage his workload. We were going to watch and see the progress that Quickie made and then make decisions from there. You know, Quickie progressed extremely well, And so we're certainly very encouraged with where he's at right now.
And that is the head coach of the New York Rangers, Mike Sullivan. So far, Igor, 22 saves on the afternoon, just the one blemish, the Parker Kelly deflection off the Sam Malinsky shot, accounting for the only goal this afternoon. Buy 4 games for the price of 3 and get your whole gang to the Garden during the Centennial season. Take advantage of this exclusive offer by heading to NewYorkrangers.com/JOY. Time now for a little history lesson on this date in New York Rangers history. On December the 6th, 1932, the line of Bun Cook, Frank Boucher, and Bill Cook registered 10 points, 4 goals, and 6 assists as the Rangers defeated the Montreal Canadiens 5-3 at MSG. And then fast forward on this date, in 1951, the aforementioned Bill Cook was named head coach of the New York Rangers. Then December 6, 1995, so 30 years ago today, the Rangers tallied 5 power play goals in a 5-all tie with the Chicago Blackhawks at MSG. Brian Leetch tallied 3 points, a goal, and 2 assists, including his 400th career NHL assist in the contest, becoming the second defenseman in franchise history to tally 400 assists as a member of the Blue Shirts. And that is this look at this date in New York Rangers history. So the Rangers trying to see if they can get the equalizer while still maintaining just the 1 goal that they've surrendered so far. They're 2-8-1 this season when trailing after 2 periods of play, and they'll also be looking to deal Colorado their first blemish as far as leading after 2 periods. Colorado a perfect 16-0 when heading to the 3rd period with the lead on the scoreboard. Whenever this game ends, we'll be right back here for you to wrap it all up in the post-game show. But next, we'll send it back to Alex Thomas and Dave Starman because they've got period number 3 for you. We got a good one at MSG with the Avalanche leading the Rangers by a score of 1-0. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the New York Rangers Intermission Report. Blue Shirts Hockey is next. Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
The College Football Championship games are on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. Tune in now as Texas Tech battles BYU in the Big 12 Championship, followed by the SEC Championship game between Georgia and Alabama. Then Ohio State takes on Indiana in the Big 10 title game, all on Sirius XM Channel 84 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments.
Game 8 of Super Series 76 coming to you from the Spectrum.
January 11th, 1976, the Philadelphia Flyers play host to the team known as the Red Army team of the Soviet Union.
They are leaving the ice. They're going to go. They're going home. Come out, and in about 40 seconds worth of hockey time, the Flyers have scored.
And the Broad Street Bullies would never look back after that one, winning 4-1 to become the only NHL team in the 4-game series to beat the Red Army.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The longest Game 7 in Stanley Cup playoff history, the New York Islanders versus the Washington Capitals at the Capitol Center, Saturday, April 18th through to Sunday, April 19th, 1987, the game known as the Easter Epic.
6 other times when a game has gone into quadruple overtime, shots on goal are 74-52.
He scores! LaFontaine at the blue line here in the 4th overtime, winning the series.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden on a Saturday afternoon. New York Rangers, Colorado Avalanche, 1-0 Avs after 2 is your score. He's Dave Starman. I'm Alex Thomas. And Dave, let's start with this. The Avalanche this season, when leading after 2, they are perfect. They're 16-0-0. They have a plus 28 goal differential in the 3rd period. They've scored tied for the 2nd most goals scored in the 3rd period by any team this year with 39. They've given up the fewest at 11. This is a team that when they're in a position to put a game away, they do it.
It's championship pedigree is made of, and that is when the game is on the line, you shut it down and game, set, match. For the Rangers, I think their biggest challenge is to do a little bit more of what they did towards the end of period number 2, and that is get some chances on the rush. I thought towards the end of the period they were starting to get some layers like we talked about early on in the game, just get a 3rd man in, create a little bit of confusion, and be able to create some lanes. They had 4 really good scoring chances in a period. 3 came off the rush, 1 came off of offensive zone play. That was the nice high run by Miller from the top of these circles where he put it through the double screen. But in my opinion, that's really what it comes down to. Can the Rangers generate a little bit more on the rush to create some confusion and find some shooting lanes?
When it's game time, it's Tully time. The third period puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. So, Dave, you talk about the end of the second period. I think we both agree the Rangers, the final about 9-ish minutes, had a lot going for them. What can they build off from the end of that second period to try and score the first comeback win against the Avalanche this season?
I thought that their ability to get to the net front to create more traffic in front of Wedgwood was a big factor in why the second part of that period went a little bit better. Like we talked about, they got in a bit on the rush. They got some speed going wide. But I thought that their commitment to playing with pucks in front of the net, of getting pucks to the front and making sure that they got a second kick at it, was pretty good. And that's what period number 3 is going to be, because sometimes in these games, the greasy goal is the goal that gets you back on track.
Rangers will attack from right to left. The Avalanche from left to right. Igor Shesterkin in goal to our broadcast right. Mackenzie Blackwood in goal to our broadcast left. We're underway. Braden Schneider up ahead, tipped into the zone by JT Miller. He'll chase after it. Out of the reach of Trocheck, corralled by Nathan McKinnon, turned it over. Miller, McKinnon was dumped down on the ice. Miller with a little bit of space, looking for Sherry, a swing and a miss, and Lehkonen trying to move it up ahead, but kept in by Gavrikov. Second clearing attempt off the right skate of Gavrikov. Trocheck down low for Miller, trying to shield it away from Makar. He does. Miller, Trocheck in the slot, drops it back up top. Schneider, a shot, missed by the blocker. Rebound backhanded. Another chance hacked over the glove of Blackwood by Trocheck.
Trocheck never thought that puck was going to get to him.
Now Miller's pass got through Sherry to the line. Right wing side, Gavrikov. Back down low. Good opening shift here for the Rangers in period 3. Miller and Lehkonen come together. Sherry able to keep it in left wing side. It'll pop to Nathan McKinnon. Now Natchez up ahead for McKinnon. With speed, right wing side. He's got Natchez with the McKinnon. There's the pass for Natchez. Good stick by Gavrikov. And the loose puck picked up by Schneider.
Gavrikov has been unbelievable today. To me, in my opinion, he's been the Rangers' best player.
He's got goals in back-to-back games and fires one from the neutral zone into the glove of Blackwood. He'll drop it. Manson up ahead, and Landeskog exiting in the left wing side for the Avalanche. Landeskog now for Brock Nelson. Carries it in, left the puck behind. Landeskog picks it up, and a quick shot denied by the right pad of Igor Shesterkin. Savannah up ahead for Artemi Panarin, who had an empty net goal on Thursday night in Ottawa. Goal and an assist in that 4-2 win. Burns behind his own net for Nelson. Nelson up ahead, the captain Landeskog into the Rangers zone, drops it. Colton looking to go backdoor for Manson. Off the ricochet, Manson shot denied by Shesterkin. Loose puck corralled by Borgen, and he'll move up the right wing with 18:16 to go in regulation.
Rangers have come out skating. Colorado has come out playing the body.
Panarin turned it over, and now Nichushkin the other way. Val Nichushkin on the right wing side. He'll curl up. Nichushkin looking for a lane. Didn't have one. Trying to create some shooting space. Instead, he'll drop it. Gerard at the point, trying to get around Cooley. Leaves it for Drury, who plays it down the left wing boards. Picked up by Nichushkin. His shot blocked away by Shesterkin. Cooley couldn't settle the bouncing puck down. Gerard gets it to Drury. Back up top for Malinsky. Now Nichushkin. Shot knocked away by Shesterkin. Rebound left wing side, Drury. Back down low for Nichushkin. So the Rangers have the opening shift of this third period. Now the Avalanche countering. Panarin able to get the puck out to center. Swiped into the Avalanche zone. The Rangers will make a change. It's Malinsky looking to push the pace. He has Drury on the right wing side. He's bumped down to the ice. Carrick will backhand it out to center. Out of the reach of Ferrard. Picked up by Burns. Back out to center. Into the skates of Kiviranta. Right wing side for Kelly. Parker Kelly walks in. He shoots, and a glove save by Shesterkin with 17:12 to play.
Well, you're right. The Rangers had a really good opening shift. Colorado stacks a pair back-to-back. What a play by Noah Laba just a moment ago. Colorado pulled a high cycle just above the top of the left wing circle, and realizing that the defenseman was taking the player who had just dropped the puck, Laba shot up from near the crease out into the defensive area where the puck was to make a play on Malinsky. What a great read by Laba. Looked like a 10-year veteran making that read.
He's made a lot of those plays this year, Dave. He doesn't look like a rookie. I think that's the most impressive thing for me. The smarts are so obvious with him.
Played for Chris Mayotte at Colorado College, where he was very well coached.
Gavrikov up ahead for Brett Berard. Manson kept it in for a moment. Berard, who played at Providence College, will move this out to center. It bounces into the Avalanche zone, and this is going to be icing as Burns will be the first one back with 16:44 to play.
I really like what Berard has done. You've seen him obviously playing in Hartford, so I'm intrigued to see from your perspective what his game has looked like in your eyes up here compared to what it looked like in Hartford.
Well, this year he didn't have a goal until mid-November, and I think that was incredibly misleading. He generated a ton of chances game in, game out, a little snake bit, scored goals in back-to-back games, and you can see he's confident with the puck, but he knows all the little details, and that's the thing for me, where he doesn't have to be a point producer. He can do all the other things as well. That's what makes him so potent at the American League level.
And the fact that he combines that with physicality, speed, and some hard skill, I just think it makes him a real good option to have in your lineup.
I think both he and Brennan Hoffman have that physical element that maybe you don't think of initially, but they've both got it. Natchez to the line, Taze. Now McKinnon left wing side, back up top. Taze steps into a drive and hit Gavrikov. He's stung. That was off the left foot of Gavrikov, who's going to stay out there. Here comes McKinnon with speed, pulls up, shoots, saved by Shesterkin. Rebound, Miller trying to get there first, poked away by McKinnon. Left wing side, this is Taze. Back down low, Gavrikov, none the worse for wear, still out there trying to get it to Schneider. Taze dumped down in the corner, Lehkonen turned it over Miller. Trocheck trying to exit out of the zone. He'll play it to the right wing, Connor Sherry trying to get inside on Natchez, he does. Here comes Sherry, shoots, he scores! There's his first goal as a member of the Rangers. Connor Sherry ties the game. And New York equalizes early in the third period. And you can see the smile on Connor Sherry's face from up here, Dave. That's a huge goal for him. His first as a blue shirt, and we're all knotted up.
Did he make some play at the blue line? He's coming in almost in a 1-on-2. The Rangers win about 3 puck battles in their own zone. They're finally able to clear it. Miller with a quick little pass to Trocheck in his own zone. Trocheck floats one to Sherry on the right side. He comes towards the middle. He stutter stepped to get through the pair of Taves and Makar, and then uses his speed to blow past Makar and put it in the far side of the net from the left wing side of the ice. But it was the stutter step at the line that got Colorado's defense off kilter and allowed Sherry to use his speed.
This building has come alive off a turnover. Lafreniere missed by the glove of Blackwood. Colton up ahead. Landeskog leaned on by Soucy. It's an all-new game now with just over 15 to play. Panarin left wing side. Pulls up. Artemi Panarin to the line. Soucy, D to D. Morgan shot on the traffic. Tipped on goal. Save made by Blackwood. The rebound out of the reach of Panarin. He's got it on the right wing now. Artemi Panarin. Worked down by Malinsky. Panarin able to shield the puck. Artemi Panarin shot blocked by Malinsky. Came right to Soucy. On the left wing, banked it off the board. Zibanejad leaves it for Panarin. Bobbled it for a moment. Quickly reconnects. Panarin knocked down to the ice. Malinsky will play it over to his left for Ross Colton. At the end of the shift, he can only dump it in deep.
Colorado's in a really hard man-to-man right now. And no matter where Panarin goes, they're making sure they got a shadow on him. Malinsky was great on him.
Olofsson to the front of the Ranger bench, picked up by Scott Morrow, right wing side Berard. He'll play a backhander toward the net. Burns picks it up behind Blackwood and moves it up ahead for Victor Olofsson. Tap down the ice. This is going to be icing with 14:25 to go in period 3.
Once again, Connor Sherry with a really, really solid play. As he was coming across the line, he started on the right wing side. When he got that pass, he cut through the dot outside the line, and then jumped towards the middle, used his speed, just getting around Makar, fought off Makar's stick, and as he kept drifting to his left, he pulled Wedgwood with him. And once Wedgwood overcommitted, Sherry waited him out and put it in the far side of the net.
And for Sherry, his first is a Ranger from Trocheck and Miller pulling up. It's Nichushkin. Nichushkin tumbles down to the ice. He was tripped up by Robertson, and behind the play, a penalty call with 14:11 to go in the third period.
New York, number 29 has a minor penalty for tripping.
So Robertson will go, Dave, and the Avalanche power play, that is 1 for 7 head-to-head, will go to work. Nichushkin drew it.
Nichushkin was on the wall. Robertson came in. Real good body on him. And I got news for you. Nichushkin just stepped on Robertson's stick and fell down. That's a terrible call once you see it back on video. Again, I always defer to the guys down there. They're seeing it from different angles, but that was purely the Cushion stepping on the stick of Robertson.
1-1 your score. The Avalanche on the power play. Nathan McKinnon had it knocked away. Now shorthanded, the Rangers move up across center. JT Miller dumps it into the Colorado zone, picked up by Trocheck on the left wing side. He's going to dart back out to center ice and kill more time. Trocheck retreats all the way into his own zone, and the fans love it. He tried to clear it down the ice, and he hit Cale Makar up high. He instantly dropped his stick. Makar is hurt, but the puck is turned over. Landeskog, a shot kicked away by the right pad of Shesterkin. Doesn't get out. Landeskog again, left wing side. Up top for McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon gives it off for Natchez. Back to McKinnon, left wing circle. Nathan McKinnon holds, waits, eyed by Trocheck. Now he shoots it. Grazed off Landeskog, right wing corner. Picked up by Miller. He'll clear.
Really good shift by Miller. It started with his chip-in that led Trocheck to his around-the-world tour just a moment ago to kill 20 seconds, but really strong by Miller.
Natchez on the left wing side. His pass goes off the skates of Zibanejad, kept in by McKinnon on the left wing. Nathan McKinnon back up top for Devon Toews. Across right wing circle, Landeskog to the line for Toews. He holds, now dishes Natchez. Top of the right wing circle. Back up top, Toews. Toews, left wing side, McKinnon. Thought about the one-timer. Instead, he'll hang on to it. Is McKinnon trying to get around Zibanejad. Rocking it off his stick, left wing corner. Landeskog uses the boards, gets to Natchez. Now McKinnon, right wing side. Toews on the left wing. Walks into the circle. Dishes up top, McKinnon. Now Natchez holds, waits. Shooting lane clogged up. Dished it off for Toews. Devon Toews, right wing side. Plays it down low for Landeskog. Avalanche stuck on the perimeter here. Landeskog and in the skates of McKinnon. Kicked it to his forehand. Tied up by Soucy. Got it to Landeskog. Back up top for Toews with 15 on the power play. Left wing side. Natchez trying to feed McKinnon. It comes to Landeskog instead. He shoots. And it went off the side of the glove of Shesterkin, who chipped it into the corner. Now a clearing attempt from Cooley. Off the plexi and out of play with 12:18 to go in period 3 and 7 seconds left on the Robertson penalty.
Oh, this crowd should be on their feet, giving the Rangers a standing O for the job they just did on this penalty kill. First of all, Zibanejad, terrific up at the top on the right side. Cooley with great reads and great speed. Top on the left side, pressuring the point. Morgan with a play on McKinnon that forced him into a bad spot, allowing Zibanejad to pick the puck off McKinnon's stick and defuse a chance. Shesterkin real good. That was a wonderful 60 seconds, the penalty kill by the book.
Gavrikov on the face-off win. Schneider, one final clear, should do it. Down the ice it goes, and the Avalanche 0 for 2 in the power play tonight as Blackwood was going to leave it. We got a whistle here.
And what I'm guessing is that the puck was iced or sent. Yeah, the puck was iced just after Robertson had left the box, so it's icing on the Rangers.
12:07 to go in the third period.
Or wait a minute, maybe it's not, because the commercial light just came on.
The red light is on, so
we'll get it figured out. We'll tell you all about it on the other side.
Are we taking our timeout? I believe we are. All right, we are taking our timeout. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the ice, playing pickup on a Saturday, or scoring the game winner in overtime. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes? Oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, Superior Light Beer, the official beer sponsor of the New York Rangers. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, less than 1 gram of protein, and 0 grams of fat per 12 ounces.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating. Locations. Data rates may apply.
Every unforgettable Rangers moment at London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
12:07 to go in the third period. 1-1 your score. Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. I'm Alex Thomas. He's Dave Starman. And Dave, Rangers get the goal to tie the game and then a textbook penalty kill to keep it 1-1.
I mean, they were just really good. Smart in lanes, sticks out. Just a very efficient penalty kill.
Tays to Burns, right wing side. Nichushkin will turn and fire one that hits Soucy. Ends up in the right wing corner. Colton, remember, Cale Makar took a puck to the face on that power play, and it's Burns skating here with Tays, whose shot is blocked by Cooley, picked up by Berard, up ahead for Cooley, and it's offside. It went off the stick of Tays, and that forced Cooley in offside. So we'll keep an eye, Dave, to see when Cale Makar jumps back out onto the ice. He hasn't returned since taking that shot up high. And as mentioned, Burns just took that shift with Tays.
Yeah, don't see him out on this next change, so still waiting a bit. I like the play Berard tried to make. Berard was on the left wing side of the ice, and instead of just hammering it around to let Cooley try to skate into it, Berard tried to tape it to him. Thought he had a little bit more room than he did, and Cooley, unfortunately for the Rangers, a little bit offside.
Kelly dumps it in. Shesterkin up ahead. Brodzinski trying to clear the zone. He couldn't. Yoel Kivirant's got it. Ardakov dumped out hard by Carrick in the right wing corner of the Rangers zone. Flipped out to center ice. Malinsky and Brodzinski were tied up together. Kelly's got it. He'll move up the left wing. He has the the Avalanche goal tonight. Trying to enter the Rangers zone there. Was poked away by Carrick.
Malinsky and Brodzinski. It sounds like a deli on the west side.
This is Morrow. Side of his own zone. D to Robertson. Up ahead for Trocheck. Bobbled it for a moment. Gets it back. Played it up the left wing boards. Miller into the Avalanche zone. Worked on by Cale Makar. So he's back out there now. Natchez in the left wing side. Pulls up. Natchez to the line for Tays. D Makar. His shot tipped on goal. Stopped by Shesterkin. Rebound out in front. It's still loose. Miller trying to take it away from the danger zone. Right wing side. Trocheck's got it. He couldn't play it around the boards. It was knocked down by McKinnon. But Schneider able to find it. Trying to exit on the right wing side. He'll play it up to center off the stick of Lehkonen. Looking to dump it in was the Ranger goal scorer Sherry. He's tied up in front of the Avalanche bench. Finally a pop to Trocheck. He will dump it in. And both sides will make changes with 10:25 to go.
Oh, Miller came storming in like Sheridan's cavalry. Picked up the puck and got it out of danger. Great job by Miller on the read and with the speed.
Tipped into the zone on the left wing side by Jack Drury. Collected by Soucy. Swiped ahead for Artemi Panarin. Right wing, passed too far ahead of Borgen. Bounced off the right wing boards. Came to Savannah-Jack. Could not get around Victor Olofsson. Into the Avalanche zone. This is Lafreniere. Chipped into the right wing corner. Burns. Oh, knocked down Panarin hard. Good check by Brent Burns. And now the other way. Here comes Jack Drury. Right wing side, Nichushkin. Now Nichushkin pulls up. He's got Burns at the point. Went off the stick of Panarin. Came to Olofsson. His shot hit his own man Drury and never reached the goal. Savannah-Jack. Crowd wanted a penalty on Nichushkin.
They're going to get one.
It's going to be a holding call with 9:40 to go in regulation time. And the Ranger power play that was 2 for 2 last month when these two teams met in Denver will have an opportunity to give the Rangers their first lead of the night.
Savannah-Jack trying to get himself out of trouble, and Kushka just grabbed onto him, wrapped the stick around, wrapped the hand around. Really the same call that was on Brodzinski earlier is what this call is right here. Rangers with a chance on the power play coming up.
You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York in the MSG Radio Network.
Let's focus on what matters.
The push for the fantasy football playoffs is on.
Doesn't matter where we are right now. We got to make the postseason, and ultimately we got to win the league. If you don't make the playoffs, what's this all for?
The experts of Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio are here to lead you to fantasy football glory.
His floor is higher. I'll take the higher floor as opposed to the higher ceiling.
Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app, where fantasy football championships are won.
Historic hockey moments.
Game 8 of Super Series 76 coming to you from the Spectrum.
January 11th, 1976, the Philadelphia Flyers play host to the team known as the Red Army team of the Soviet Union.
They are leaving the ice. They're going to go. They're going home. Come out, and in about 40 seconds worth of hockey time, the Flyers have scored.
And the Broad Street Bullies would never look back after that one, winning 4-1 to become the only NHL team in the 4-game series to beat the Red Army.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The longest Game 7 in Stanley Cup playoff history, the New York Islanders versus the Washington Capitals at the Capitol Center, Saturday, April 18th. through to Sunday, April 19th, 1987, the game known as the Easter Epic.
6 other times when a game has gone into quadruple overtime, shots on goal are 74-52.
He scores! LaFontaine up the blue line here in the 4th overtime, winning the series.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Face off to the right of Mackenzie. Blackwood Rangers on their second power play of the afternoon. Alongside Dave Starman and Alex Thomas. And Dave, a crucial moment for the Ranger power play.
No question. Rangers in their last 5 games are 2 for 12. But they've been getting shots. And the power play with the 5 forwards on it has had some moments where it has looked terrific.
JT Miller will take the face-off. He's got Trocheck on his right wing, Cooley on his left. He wins the draw, went off the skates of Cooley and came right to Cale Makar, who will backhand this down the ice. Shesterkin will leave it. Rangers with 5 forwards on the power play here.
And obviously Makar is back.
Yes. None the worse for wear. Puck is pinballed off an Avalanche player and down the ice, picked up by Cooley. So that's a good sign for the Avalanche as well. I'm sure the initial shock of taking a puck to the face is probably worse than the outcome for Makar, which is good news for everybody. Zibanejad, right wing side, dances his way in, went off the skates of Kiviranta, came back to him, left wing side Cooley, now to the right wing corner Zibanejad. Miller trying to play it up the boards. Trocheck up to the line, it's taken by Nelson, shorthanded. He'll take it to the Ranger blue line, dump this into the Ranger zone onto Shesterkin, he will leave it. And it is Artemi Panarin who moves it up ahead, right wing side, Trocheck.
Rangers have not had a clean entry. Everything has had to be deposited in. And the Avalanche have won every race to every loose puck and are able to ice the puck once again.
Well, you talked about it earlier in the broadcast. Mike Sullivan talked about the commitment to defense. We talked about this high-flying Avalanche team, but Dave, they have the 3rd-ranked penalty kill in the league entering today. They don't give up a lot of goals either.
They get back to loose pucks quick.
Drury will find the loose puck and try to clear it down the ice. It hit an official in front of the Avalanche bench. That is very beneficial for the Rangers as Sherry on the left wing side will chip it up ahead. Lafreniere chasing into the left wing corner. He evades the check from Byrne. The loose puck picked up shorthanded by Brock Nelson. He stumbled, able to move it up ahead for Manson. Into the Ranger zone, shorthanded. Manson will curl back into the neutral zone, dump it in. It'll wrap around the boards, come to Laba, try to leave it for Morrow. Laba had it poked away by Kiviranta. 10 seconds left on this power play. Nichushkin for holding. And a textbook penalty kill for the Avalanche, much like the Rangers had earlier in this period.
Rangers penalty kill was all blood and guts and positioning. The Avalanche penalty kill was all speed and sticks. And I'm telling you, their foot speed makes a difference.
Each team 0 for 2 on the power play. Gavrikov defending Lehkonen well at the right wing point. This is going to come all the way back into the Avalanche zone. Gerard D-to-D for Malinsky, whose point shot was tipped in by Parker Kelly. 7:06 into the second period for the icebreaker. And the only Avalanche goal in this game. Gavrikov will get it around Lehkonen, picked up by Sam Carrick. He'll golf it out towards center ice, knocked down by Natchez, but was played with a high stick, so we get a whistle as Lehkonen touches up with 7:02 to play in the third period.
On that 5-man unit, the one thing I think that is still getting sorted out a little bit is on a puck that gets dumped out, are you going to use the slingshot? Meaning, is somebody going to come back, move towards center ice, drop it back? Who do you want to be your transporter? If there's not going to be a drop pass or that slingshot play, who do you want to carry? Who do you want with the puck on your stick when you enter? They've used a lot of left wing entries with success early on in the season on the power play. That was more with Lafreniere there, who had pretty good hands on that entry. So it just seems like a little bit of the smaller details from logistics are getting worked out with the 5 forwards.
Landeskog backhands this into the Ranger zone. Shesterkin up the boards. Lafreniere and Manson come together. Will Borgen trying to get free. He was tied up by Nelson. Loose puck picked up. Zibanejad. Right wing side. Lafreniere trying to beat Zibanejad. Leaned on by Landeskog. Lafreniere. Good job by Zibanejad, Dave. He was on one knee and he was able to still get one skate onside as Lafreniere dumped that into the Avalanche zone. Brock Nelson carries it in. Long shot saved by Shesterkin. Rebound off the skates of Nelson. Comes to Colton. He turns. He fires shot block. Another chance for Colton and a right pad save by Shesterkin. Picked up Landeskog. Trying to get around Berard. He does. Landeskog to the right wing point for Sam Malinsky. Malinsky D-to-D for Gerard. Now into the left wing circle. Landeskog swinging a miss from Nelson on the feed from the Avalanche captain. Puck will trickle down the ice to both sides. Make changes with 6 even to go.
Really nice shift by the Avalanche. They used their speed to create some openings in high ice, get a couple of really good kicks at it. Shesterkin had to be strong.
Gerard from just inside of his own blue line all the way down the ice off the blocker of Shesterkin and out of play. 5:53 to go in regulation time. 1-1 your score at the Garden as we barrel down the stretch on a Saturday afternoon. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At Thrivewell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Rangers. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by Blue Haven in Manhattan for 8 Sun Cruisers for the price of 7. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Face off to the right of Igor Shesterkin. 5:53 to go in regulation time alongside Dave Starman and Alex Thomas. Rangers off the draw. This is Brett Berard who will chip that off the plexi. Comes right to the Avalanche blue line. Cale Makar out to center ice. And Jack Drury will enter in on the right wing side. Around Soucy into the right wing corner. Borg in there first for the Rangers. Plays it up the wall. Nichushkin unable to keep it in as it pops right to Cooley. Berard. Nichushkin trying to get away from Noah Lava. He couldn't. Puck came to Olofsson. Now Makar. Now Makar to his left for Taves. Up ahead. This is Nichushkin. Chipped it around Borgen. In behind the Ranger net, Soucy. Up ahead, Borgen was tied up to Nichushkin. Hard pass to J.T. Miller to the left wing for Berard. It was out of his reach. Noah Lava picks up the loose puck with 5 and change to go. Miller run into by Nathan McKinnon at center ice, and the Avalanche are in offside.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait till you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers are the world's best built boilers. A pass from Noah Lava out of the zone hit J.T. Miller in the skates just inside the Rangers' defensive blue line. Miller made a nice play to get the puck off the skates and continuing north. If it's on his tape, he probably has a 2-on-2 at the very least. So we always talk about this being a game of inches, and the Rangers a couple inches away from potentially a pretty good scoring opportunity.
HS trying to get around Gavrikov. Connor Sherry, who scored his first goal in the NHL since April 11, 2024, earlier in this period. And out to center. Now Natchez right inside. Dishes it across. Lehkonen shoots. Blockered away by Shesterkin. Lehkonen and Schneider all tied up. Lehkonen from his backside. Got it to McKinnon. Now up top, Manson. He Burns. Returns it, Manson. Backhander. Natchez a shot stop. Rebound scores. Jammed home side of the goal by Nathan McKinnon with 4:34 to go in regulation time. And the Avalanche regain the lead on McKinnon's 23rd of the year.
Colorado gains possession of the offensive zone. They just kept the puck alive. They stayed above it. They won a couple of puck battles. And the Rangers had one chance to clear. It wasn't a great one. And the puck that came towards the front of the net was a little bit up in the air. Crowd is moaning a little bit. Maybe it was high sticking. I don't think so. And I know the situation will be looking at it. It's got to be underneath the crossbar. That looked okay. The Rangers were looking at it on their bench to see what it might be. It was a really nice shot and a big save by Shesterkin, and then the puck gets batted in on the fly. So far, there has been no indication that this is going to get waved off at all. And now, wait a minute. Nope.
No,
thumb is up. It's a good goal.
Yeah, the off-ice official in one of the penalty boxes, thumb up. So it's a great play by McKinnon. It was close, but
this was the Avalanche big line playing like the Avalanche's big line. They were all over the puck. Forced the Rangers into a turnover that they probably didn't want, and capitalized on a rebound off to the side of the net on the initial save by Shesterkin.
Mike Sullivan wasn't thrilled there, talking to one of the officials, but the puck is down. We'll play on. The Avalanche take a 2-1 lead on Nathan McKinnon's 23rd goal this season. Set up on the Natchez shot. A really nice backhand pass from Josh Manson to set up Natchez in the left wing circle. So now the Rangers, as Malinsky's shot knocked down by Shesterkin. Puck sits in front, rebound saved by Shesterkin. Third chance, they score. It's poked home by Brock Nelson.
Wait a minute, this one looks like it's getting waved off.
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't think so. The referee's got his hands in the air.
Shesterkin in disgust just picked up that puck and threw it into the neutral zone. So you're right, Dave. That was waved off behind the net. I don't know if that puck ever crossed the line. Looking at the overhead, I don't think it's definitive that it did.
So the referee, if the puck's in the net, the referee is going to point to the net like the puck is in. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a goal. It just means the puck's crossed the goal line. There was never an indication that the puck across the goal line here by the official. We're getting a chance to see it again. Puck thrown to the front of the net, bounced around all over the place. Shesterkin tried to fight for the rebound, couldn't come up with it. Puck kept getting battered and battered. The referee comes into the picture, does not have his hands pointing towards the net. The puck laid there in the crease, came towards the front of the net, and we're not seeing anything definitive that the puck ever crossed the goal line.
And I think it's important that you pointed out, they never pointed as if that puck was across the goal line.
No, there was no indication. And you got a couple things that'll always be in play. One, did the referee blow the whistle first? Here we go.
The play is under review to determine if the puck crossed the goal line prior to the whistle.
All right, so it's not an indication of whether or not there was referee's intent to blow the play dead before he got his whistle to his mouth. They're going to take a look at whether or not it went in. The one replay that we saw didn't look it. I'm sure we'll get another look at this one, but it was a loose puck that bounced around. Shesterkin gave a rebound back that he probably didn't want to. Competed to get the secondary one. Rangers were pretty good at collapsing towards the crease. And Colorado with a couple of kicks at it.
After review, the call on the ice has confirmed that the puck never crossed the goal line. There is no goal in the play.
So it remains 2-1. The Avalanche, Dave, certainly acted as if that crossed the line. That old, high school football, the balls say we've got it, right? So, 100%.
Shell it out, celebrate like you won the cup.
100%, and they certainly did,
and
to their credit.
And it's a great goal. I mean, we just saw the overhead, and the puck landed under the knee of Shesterkin. And there is no definitive proof whatsoever that the puck completely crossed the goal line.
Well, now you've got that second opportunity, right? Okay, now it stays a one-goal game. Okay, everybody take a deep breath, calm down, go back and get that equalizer now with 4:08 to go. You've got your second chance here.
They really do. I mean, the Rangers were not great on that defensive shift, and Colorado had their way through the front of the net with 2 or 3 whacks at it. For the Rangers, you dodge a bullet, you got a gift. What do you do with it?
McKinnon from Natchez and Manson at 15:26 as we get a whistle for a high stick with 4:02 to go in regulation time. 23rd goal of the year, 47th point for McKinnon. Natchez, Dave, is 23rd assist of the year and the 4th assist of the season for Josh Manson. That's 2 assists today, by the way, for Natchez, 37 points in the year.
So if you're the Ranger bench right now, you're starting to think ahead on how you're going to segment from units of 3 forwards to units of 4 forwards, who it's going to be for your 3 and 1, and at about what time are you thinking of Shesterkin out?
Makar is shot glove down by Shesterkin. He hangs on with 3:48 to play. All right.
This is a big point for the Rangers, too. Like, the one thing you're thinking about is, at the very least, get this thing to overtime so that you secure the point. And with everybody in the conference seemingly playing overtime games, this is a non-conference game, so you really don't care if the other team winds up with a point with an overtime win or a shootout win, but it is so vital right now to grab points because everybody in the East seems to be picking up points on a game-per-game basis.
Schneider out to center. Tays up ahead for Kelly. Run into by Gavrikov. Backhands it to the line. Not out. Good keep by Jack Drury. Drury trying to play it to the line for Makar. Was turned over. This is Panarin, left wing side. Game center. Chips it in. Chasing after it is Will Cooley. Now Kelly up ahead for Kiviranta. Now for Drury. Run into by Gavrikov. Out to center. Panarin. Rangers tag up. Panarin enters into the zone on side. Shot blocked away by Mackenzie Blackwood. Left wing side. Cooley in behind the Avalanche goal. Tays tying up a man. Laid back to the line. Gavrikov. Left wing side. Shot on the traffic. Knocked down by Tays. Picked up by McKinnon with 3:04 to go. Up ahead for Makar. Had a steam right wing side. Here comes Cale Makar to the goal. He shoots and a glove save by Shesterkin. Makar able to get around Zibanejad but could not beat Shesterkin. And it remains a 1-goal game with 2:58 to play.
Really nice rush by Makar. And really good defensive play by Zibanejad to drape all over him and not give him the shot that he wanted. Makar got off a good little wiry shot to the glove side of Shesterkin, but that's the only place he had to go. Shesterkin knew it and was able to put the big glove out there and trap the face-off to his left with 2:58 to go.
All right, Coach, they win this draw and get out of the zone. You going for the extra attacker, put on the coach hat?
Let's see who's on the ice here. No. I'm thinking no. I'm thinking it's the neck. There's an icing, so it'll come back anyway. But I'm thinking the neck shift. You got Laba's line out there. It's a good handsy line. But to me, it's get your top 6 rested because you know it's going to be your top 6 plus 1 because you combine 4 of the 6 here into the next unit. But I think you need that grouping out there before you pull Shesterkin.
They've still got their timeout as well, remember. Face off to the left of Shesterkin. Laba's stick breaks on the draw. That allows Burns. Shot into traffic, blocked by Lafreniere. That allowed the Avalanche to win the draw. Manson right wing. His backhand pass that fed Natchez in the left wing circle. And his shot denied. Shesterkin with a rebound buried by McKinnon. Landeskog across one-timer. McKinnon off the stick of Borgen. Down to 2:22 to go in regulation time. Avalanche leading 2-1. Will Borgen deep in his own zone. Working on Nathan McKinnon. Puck will come to Matthew Robertson. Gets it to Trocheck.
And this is where you get your change. This is where they'll grab them. Now you got the full change. Now you got the 6 on the ice you want. And as soon as they gain the offensive zone or even get close, I'm assuming Shesterkin starts out.
There he goes. Dumped into the Avalanche zone. Zibanejad, left wing side. Trocheck working in the left wing corner. Gets it to Miller. Now Zibanejad feeds Panarin, right wing. Zibanejad, right wing circles to the line. Panarin, a shot missed wide. Kept in by Cooley on the left wing. Leaned on by Kiviranta. To the line, not out. Good keep by Panarin. Panarin's shot missed by the glove of Blackwood. He was looking for a deflection. Tays to the empty net. It's just going to miss. And this is going to be icing with 99 seconds to go. Let's see if the Rangers use their timeout here. Do you use the timeout, Dave, to keep that top 6 group rested, or do you keep pushing the pace?
To me, it's upon the 6 on the ice. If they look at the bench and say, we need wind, you call it. But right now, they're not. They're delaying enough that everybody can catch their breath. And so far into the shift, and Trocheck's about a minute too, because he came in early, but everybody else is at about 35 with a breather here. So this really becomes a fresh shift. But it's the players on the ice let the coach know if they need wind.
Face off to the right of Blackwood. It'll be Nelson for the Avalanche, Miller for the Rangers. Nelson wins it. Makar up the boards. Doesn't get out initially. Was kept in Zibanejad, then Panarin. Panarin on the left wing side comes to Cale Makar. Plays it up ahead for Nichushkin. Couldn't clear. Lafreniere backhanded Panarin. Trying to feed Trocheck back to Panarin at the line. His shot. Glove save. Blackwood. Rebound. Puck is still loose. Side of the goal. Miller. Cooley. Keeping it in is Panarin. Shot to the net, blocked by Nelson. Came to Miller. This is Trocheck. His shot blocked by Kiviranta. Trocheck, another shot, missed it wide. Was looking for a redirection from Miller out in front. The Avalanche will clear. This will dribble to the empty net and go wide. And this will be icing with 1:04 to go. Dave, it didn't look like it was going to be much, and all of a sudden a scramble to the left of Mackenzie Blackwood.
Well, it all started with Panarin chasing down a loose puck and throwing a pass to the front of the net that Blackwood couldn't hold on to. Then when they reloaded, they got a puck to the front of the net that everybody crashed for. Trocheck right on the lip of the crease, just couldn't get it. Rangers don't need their timeout just yet. Play on.
They win the draws. Advantage out to the line. Panarin tipped toward the goal. Saved by Blackwood. The rebound out in front. Kiviranta. It doesn't get out. Panarin now for Miller. Left wing side. One-timer. Panarin blocked away by Blackwood. Picked up by Taves. Kept in by Panarin. Puck is corralled by Lafreniere. Has it on the right wing side. 47 seconds to go. Lafreniere on the right wing. Plays it up top for Zibanejad. Across. Panarin. A drive. He scores!
Oh, credit Lafreniere with this one. What a play he made. What a play he made. On the right side of the ice, he could have panicked and just threw it to the front of the net, and he didn't. He held onto it. He bought himself time and space, and he created a secondary play. He took the puck all the way to the right wing corner, then threw it up top. They went D to D, and Panarin's blast, I think it a stick in front of the net. Zibanejad to Panarin, the shot going through, nope, it was a floater, and it went clean in, short side, over the right shoulder of the goalie. Blackwood. Tie game here in the last minute, and once again, what a play by Lafreniere. Unbelievable.
Will Cooley was providing the screen. Blackwood never saw it. Panarin, who had the goal into the empty net on Thursday, looks like it's his 10th goal of the season. They're going to look at this here, however. There's a conversation, and the officials have just gone to the scorer's table. So we will see.
The shot came in from the point from Panarin. It didn't come in straight. It came in like a knuckleball as it was waffling through the air. Cooley was there. I don't think he touched it. I think it's going to clean in.
We will see. For the moment, it's Panarin, his 10th goal of the year and 31st point, and the Rangers.
Okay, I'll tell you what. The question is whether or not there was a high stick on Panarin prior to the play. I don't think you can challenge that at this stage.
Well, I wonder if this...
double check.
Because we didn't get an announcement here, Dave, that this was being challenged. So I wonder if this was initiated by the situation room. The officials never went over the microphone and told us what was being reviewed here. So you believe it was a high stick, correct?
I'm wondering if they're looking at whether or not it was a high stick on Panarin keeping the puck in the zone. Goal situation subject to video review. Puck crossing the line, puck in the net prior to the net being dislodged, puck in the net prior to the expiration of time, use of the footer skate.
They're taking a long look at this, and now the headsets are off, and I believe we're about to get our explanation. Here we go.
After further video review, the goal stands.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a question of whether or not it was high stick on the way in. You can make a case that Panarin might have high sticked it to keep it in the zone, but looking at the video review rules, that was not subject to it from the situation room.
So 2-2 on Artemi Panarin's goal, his 10th of the season. We believe it'll be his. And the Rangers with the extra attacker strike in the final minute. And it's a 2-2 hockey game. Cooley and Lafreniere were in front. Not sure Blackwood ever saw it. Panarin let it fly from the left wing point. And
Panarin has been listed with the goal from Zibanejad and Lafreniere.
So 10th goal, 31st point for Panarin, 12th assist of the year, and 22nd point for Zibanejad, the 9th assist and 15th point of the year for Alexis Lafreniere. The Avalanche have given up just 11 third-period goals all season. They've given up 2 this afternoon, and Gavrikov will dump it down the left wing side with 35 seconds to go. Natchez couldn't get it out. Gavrikov. Now Manson out to center. It'll hop over the stick of Schneider into the Rangers zone. Braden Schneider up ahead. Tapped in by JT Miller with 20 seconds left in regulation. Manson spins away from Cooley. Got it to Lehkonen. Up ahead trying to feed Natchez. Natchez working on Gavrikov. Here's McKinnon. Great stick by Schneider to break up the rush from Nathan McKinnon. Backhand pass intercepted by Miller. He's just going to try and bleed out the final 4 seconds. Natchez will oblige, and we're going to overtime.
That is a big point. not only just in the standings, but from an emotional, mental standpoint. That is a huge point for the Rangers. They're playing the best team in the NHL, and they've come back twice to do it, including the third period, which has belonged to Colorado. They get one 6-on-5. They've given up a boatload of the extra attacker goals into the empty net. Colorado had a couple of chances to put it in the empty net and didn't, and the Rangers capitalized on the icings. But just going back to the goal, I am so impressed by that play by Lafreniere. He just used his veteran savvy, trusted his hands, trusted his instincts, took a puck in a safe ice. And remember, Alex, 6-on-5, there's not a whole lot of quiet ice out there. But he found some. And then he turned around, got into eyes up time, saw that he had Zibanejad on the right point, moved the puck out there, and then went to the net. It was a brilliant piece of hockey by Lafreniere.
So Igor Shesterkin is going to settle into the goal to our broadcast left. Mackenzie Blackwood will be in goal to our broadcast right. The Rangers will go from left to right here in overtime. The Avalanche will go from right to left. And Dave, it was earlier this week when the Rangers hosted another top Western Conference team in the Dallas Stars. They tied the game late and then won it in overtime. Looking for a repeat here this afternoon against, and we've said it a few times, but this is the best team in the NHL so far this season. We've said it, like Sullivan said it pregame. This is a huge overtime for this Ranger team. What a boost this would be if they could win this game.
Not only that, but you got to think a little bit ahead. Not that you want to get ahead of yourselves. You got Vegas coming in tomorrow, another good team. Vegas is sitting around watching this game, that game tomorrow night. So you fight this hard, you get in overtime, you want to get this point here because then you're going to want some momentum against a really good and rested team that you're going to face tomorrow night here at Madison Square Garden. But the Rangers, to me, in this game, while Colorado's speed has been a major factor in this game, the Rangers' competitiveness and not bowing down to the fact that Colorado has come out with an onslaught here has been a huge, huge impressive part of what they've done today.
Gavrikov will be the blue liner with Zibanejad to take the face-off. Panarin, who's tied this game, will be on his right wing. Brock Nelson will have Val Nichushkin on his left, and Cale Makar on the blue line. The Avalanche do have 6 extra time losses this year. Nichushkin on the left wing side gets around Panarin. Nichushkin back out to center for Makar. And the opening possession belongs to the Avalanche, but Nelson has already changed, and it's Nathan McKinnon who will join Makar and Nichushkin.
Nelson was just there for the draw.
Here comes Makar. Nichushkin, pass was in his skate, trying to feed McKinnon. Pass was out of his reach to go all the way down the ice. Blackwood will leave it for Makar. Nichushkin will change. Arturi Lehkonen will step out for Colorado. Here's Makar trying to get around Panarin, right wing side. Makar is in, he shoots, and he lifted it over the right shoulder of Shesterkin. Now it's Zibanejad up ahead for Panarin. Artemi Panarin at center ice, curls back to his own blue line. Panarin will give it to Robertson. Now Zibanejad on the left wing. He'll curl back out to center ice. Zibanejad, Robertson inside of his own blue line. This is JT Miller. Miller thought about entering the zone. Instead, he'll drop it for Trocheck. Vincent Trocheck around Nathan McKinnon. Here's Trocheck. Drops it. Miller looking for Robertson. It was off the stick of Lehkonen. Robertson gets it back. Up top for JT Miller. Walks the line. Miller holding, waiting, pulls up, across. Now Trocheck. He will play it out to center, and it's Miller at his own blue line. 3:42 to go in overtime. JT Miller will speed up the ice, left to right. Here's Miller, right wing circle. Thought about cutting to the goal, forced outside by Lehkonen. Miller still got it. JT Miller leaves it for Scott Morrow. Morrow trying to cut to the net. Here's Morrow forehand trying to feed Miller. Pass was behind him. Taves up to the blue line. Great job by Morrow to separate him from the puck, but McKinnon's got it to his right for Taves. They're offside.
That's a great offsides call. That was really close. And I'm sitting here watching to see whether or not that call is going to get made, and it was by Libor Shikanek, the linesman, as Colorado gets a chance. The player, without possession of the puck, preceded the puck into the zone with the offside. Rangers with a good chance as they try to get one across ice, and then Morrow puts on a little skill show as he takes the puck to the front of the net.
Will Cooley, Noah Laba, Will Borgen for the Rangers, Nelson, Nichushkin, and Taves for the Avalanche. Neutral zone draw, won by Nelson, back to Taves. He'll retreat into his own zone, 3:17 to go in the overtime period. Nichushkin will try and move up the right wing side. Val Nichushkin carries it in. Good stick by Laba behind the Ranger net. Nichushkin Now on the left wing, he's got it on his backhand. Gets it to Nelson. He'll drag it out to center ice. Nelson, Nichushkin on the right wing with speed. Nichushkin in one-on-one against Borgen. Bobbled it for a moment. Quickly recovers right wing boards and leaves it for Nelson. Brock Nelson pulls up right wing circle. Left the puck behind for a moment. Gets it back. Now pressure on the ice. Here comes Nathan McKinnon. Bobbles it. Picks it up on the right wing. Nathan McKinnon holds. Doesn't shoot. He'll leave it. This is Natchez. Marty Natchez pulls up, left wing side. He has Makar in the neutral zone. Natchez now right wing. Makar with a lane of the goal to the forehand. No, wraps it around. Couldn't get a shot away. McKinnon left wing boards. This is Makar. Back to the line for Natchez. Walks down the left wing side. Natchez drops it. Makar, 2:24 in overtime. Makar leaves it for Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon on the right wing. Holds up. Nathan McKinnon, right wing circle, dances to the goal. Backhand, he hit the goal post. No, it's in. The Avalanche win. Nathan McKinnon, a highlight reel goal. And the Avs win it 3-2 in overtime.
Oh, this was some goal. This was some play by McKinnon. He just dingled and dangled, and he got everybody's sticks all tied up, and then he went to his backhand. As he approached the net from the top of the circles, he switches from forehand to backhand. Shesterkin's in a pretty good spot. McKinnon had about 3 inches above the right shoulder of Shesterkin to put the puck in. And you know what elite goal scorers do? They give them 3 inches and they hit it. And McKinnon hit it. The Avalanche win in overtime. The Rangers, at the very least, get a point out of the game.
A heck of a hockey game and a good point for the Rangers here today, no doubt about it, against an Avalanche team that now has won 20 games on the season. They are 22-6 on the year. That's a heck of a move by Nathan McKinnon, Dave, and that's one of those plays where sometimes you just have to tip your cap, and that's a great player making a great play on 3-on-3.
That's what all-world players do, and he managed to get the sticks of Lama and Borgen a little bit tied up and on the wrong side of the body, but he did it so quickly. And with the 3-on-3, there's so much open ice to play with. And McKinnon just tucked it under the bar for the game-winning goal. This is a pretty good effort by the Rangers against a good team. They're not going to be thrilled about it. There's no moral victories in the National Hockey League, so they're not going to go in there and say, okay, at least we got a point, at least we got a tie out of it. They're the best team in the league. But the good news for them is they went toe-to-toe with the best team in the league for 63 minutes.
And look, when you're trailing in the final minute and you get a point, I like to think that that's a positive, regardless of the Rangers.
No, 100%. You've got to pull that out of it. And that's
right.
What you got. The leadership of this team has got to say, okay, not good enough in overtime.
Yep.
Not good enough for a majority of the game. But bottom line is we found a way to play to the 61st minute when we've been losing twice in the third period against a team that owns the third period. That's got to be the message, but it can't be something that you're happy about. It's just got to be something that's noted.
Well, look, they'll take the point, no doubt. I agree with you, 15-12-3 in the season. Now it's a good point for them to bank, and now tomorrow, a chance to end this week against a couple of powerhouse teams, against the Vegas Golden Knights team that, as you mentioned, it's a good hockey team. It's a rested hockey team, and it's a team that's got a lot of firepower, just like this Avalanche team with guys like Jack Eichel, Mitch Marner, Mark Stone. The list goes on and on.
Yep, and it'll be a chance to kind of give Vegas a little payback from the last time, and I think you take a look at this game, and there's some things you really like. Shesterkin once again was great. Gavrikov once again was great. Their top six was effective. Sherry gets a goal, so that's an important component. Their defense continues to play well in the absence of Adam Fox. That is a huge feather in the cap of not only those defensemen, but the coaching staff in general for the way that they have created the defensive system that you're seeing. Now, for the Rangers, the talk has got to be, okay, how do you get over the hump against a team like Colorado? They'll get a good crack at a really good team in Vegas.
Rangers will take the point, but highly motivated heading into tomorrow night's game against the Golden Knights. And Dave will do it again tomorrow night, 7 p.m. puck drop here from Madison Square Garden. Looking forward to it, my friend.
Enjoy your evening in the city of New York.
I'm on my way to Bridgeport. I'm on my way to Bridgeport, pulling the Alan Fearing, as I like to call it today, the doubleheader, NHL in the afternoon, AHL tonight. Your final score, the Avalanche 3, the Rangers 2 in overtime from the Garden. It was a good one today. We'll see you tomorrow night when the Rangers welcome the Golden Knights to town. Rangers postgame comes your way next. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Here's
what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
College football championship games are on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. Tune in now as Texas Tech battles BYU in the Big 12 championship, followed by the SEC championship game between Georgia and Alabama. Then Ohio State takes on Indiana in the Big 10 title game, all on Sirius XM Channel 84 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments.
1992-93, the inaugural season for the Tampa Bay Lightning, had not just hockey fans, but the sporting world paying attention to the Bolts, thanks to a 5'7" goalie from Quebec who is trying out for the team.
The first woman to play professional hockey. There she is taking the ice. Manon Treon.
It was a publicity stunt, they said, orchestrated by Tampa's general manager, Phil Esposito.
I'd be a liar to say that I wasn't using it for publicity, but the fact is she's not bad.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Welcome to the New York Rangers postgame show. Now, here's Dan Grassa on the MSG Radio Network.
And it is indeed time now for the Rangers post-game summary, brought to you by Citgo. Dan Grassa with you. Well, a spirited affair today at Madison Square Garden for the Broadway Blue Shirts, starting a weekend back-to-back against two of the Western Conference's elite, starting today with a matinee against the NHL-leading Colorado Avalanche. And for the second time in 3 games, Rangers converted a game-tying goal with the extra attacker in the waning stages of period 3 to force the extra session. However, in overtime, Colorado's Nathan MacKinnon, the leading scorer in the National Hockey League, pockets his second goal of the afternoon, 2:46 into OT, beating Igor Shesterkin on a backhand, and Colorado escapes with a 3-2 victory in overtime today over the New York Rangers. So the Rangers take a point, a good hard-earned point against a team from the other conference. They're now 15-12-3. It's their 33rd point of the season. Colorado improves to 22-6. They pick up points 45 and 46. They now have points in 18 of their last 19 games, which is staggering. Rangers at home are now 3-8-2. They've gotten points in 3 of the last 4. And Igor Shesterkin did everything but stand on his head today. 38 saves to give the Rangers a chance to win this hockey game today, but unfortunately he's saddled with a tough luck defeat. And that was the Rangers post-game summary, brought to you by Citgo. Rangers fans, Citgo, top-tier Trichlene gasoline, helps your engine run smoother and cleaner. When you start with Citgo, you are good to go. But a lot of things you like from the game today. Rangers do get the point against a Western Conference team. Got to dust this one off quickly, though, and regroup, because another one of the Western Conference's best will be in for a game tomorrow evening, that being the Vegas Golden Knights. We are just getting started here, of course, on the New York Rangers pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a listen to the highlights. We'll go inside the dressing room for some player reaction. We'll hear from Coach Mike Sullivan, and we'll check out the out-of-town scoreboard around the National Hockey League. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
College football championship games are on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. Tune in now as Texas Tech battles BYU in the Big 12 championship, followed by the SEC championship game between Georgia and Alabama. Then Ohio State takes on Indiana in the Big 10 title game, all on Sirius XM Channel 84 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments.
March 23rd, 1994, Wayne Gretzky passes his hero Gordie Howe for most goals scored.
Gretzky scores! He did it! The greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history is Wayne Gretzky. Los Angeles goal, a power play goal, and the 802nd National Hockey League goal scored by number 99, Wayne Gretzky.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Hockey 24/7 on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Connor Bedard. Nobody said last year was bad, but what we're seeing now, he's the dog on the bone. It was almost as if he had some cement in his skates last year, and he wasn't F1 ever. He's different. This has been different. He wasn't bad last year. He was good. Now he's great right now.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. And on your schedule with the Sirius XM app. Historic hockey moments.
February 7th, 1976, Toronto Maple Leafs captain Darryl Sittler dominates at home in an 11-4 win over Boston.
He's beaten Rocket, Rashad Becker. 9 points
continue record. As long as he lives, he'll remember this evening. So will all of us doing the game here at Maple Leaf Gardens.
On Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Dan Grasso back at the New York Rangers post-game show after the Avalanche outlast the Blue Shirts today 3-2 in overtime. Let's take a listen to the highlights as to how this one all unfolded. Igor Shesterkin making his 7th consecutive start in goal for the Blue Shirts, even though Jonathan Quick did serve as the backup this afternoon. Mackenzie Blackwood getting the start at the other end of the ice for the Avalanche. Only one penalty in that opening period. That would be Cale Makar called for interference at 7:26. And boy, the Rangers with the first chance with the man advantage immediately went to work.
Panarin up top, Miller across left wing. One-timer off the goal post of Panarin. He blasted it by the blocker of Blackwood, but it kissed the iron and will rock it back out.
Good chance there by Artemi Panarin. However, the Rangers were not done hitting iron.
Trocheck, Panarin, back down low, Trocheck, holding, waiting, back door, another goal post. That time it was Will Cooley, beat Blackwood by the blocker. That's 2 posts on the power play.
One by Panarin, one by Cooley, each with a clang during that 2-minute power play. Rangers don't score, but they generate 3 shots on goal, couple posts, as you heard there. But still, we go scoreless in this first period. You never want to give up the late goals. It's great to score them, but late goals surrendered in the period could be backbreakers heading into the long intermission. Igor Shesterkin, though, had to make sure the Rangers would not fall victim to that fate.
Cale Makar in his own zone, up ahead. Here comes Natchez to the forehand, denied.